Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns and welcome to the grand final of the Ocarina of Time Standard Tournament, season number 6. It's game 1 between SeYsEy and RyuuKane. If you don't know yet, you do know now. SeYsEy is coming from winner's bracket, so has one game up, one game to take it, one game to rule them all, or can RyuuKane strike back and force a game 2? We'll find out in about 20 minutes, but before, there's something else we want to talk about, and that's a general history of Season 6, how we got here, what made this happen, and who else than our two most favorite podcast hosts in the entire world could do that. Emo Soda and Chuckles. Take it away, the stage is yours, and good luck.
Hello and welcome to the Gossip Stone Podcast live. If you haven't heard us before, we are the Ocarina of Time Randomizer podcast, and we focus primarily on racing and the competitive scene, but also covered various other related topics for the community as a whole. My name is Emo Soda. Hello. Been stuck in Link's Awakening land for like the past few weeks, but with me today I have Chuckles 501.
Did you hear that, Emo? Trez said that I was one of the favourite podcast hosts, which makes me better than Chimp. Okay, so let's just store that for future reference. Hey, everybody! I'm on the internet, everybody! Oh my goodness, we're here for the S6 finals, and yeah, I couldn't be more hype than this match today. So let's go, people.
Yeah, big thanks to Trez for letting us be here, unlocking the door for us so we can climb into the commentary booth here. Well, not commentary, but pre-commentary, also known as podcast, episode 37 and a half. It's not really, we usually do about an hour long, 2 hours, 3, 5, I think was our longest one, but and everyone at ZSR for also making this special live episode possible. Quick tournament recap for you if you haven't seen any of Season 6. Started all the way back in November with qualifier number 1 on November 19th, 2022?
2022, yeah.
Wow.
It's last year.
Yeah, there were 19 qualifiers and 259 people joined at least one race. Great turnout. Again, over 250 people, just like Season 5. The top 64 from the qualifiers advanced to double elimination bracket, including Chuckles, who was, 64th? Right?
I came 64th. I was the 62nd seed with 2 dropouts. I don't know how that happened.
Oh my God.
Nobody's found out yet.
Yeah, 65th through 128th participated in the Challenge Cup.
Oh dear. Wake up, Emo.
I'm awake. Good news, everybody. So 65th through 128th, which includes myself, a couple other people in the community. And that's already wrapped up. And that's now won by Alexis, a great French runner. Some were a little bit surprised that he was even in Challenge Cup, but things happen. People get added and removed this season. So all it comes down to qualifiers and seeds, randomness. So there's always going to be a bit of leeway with the placements there. But from the winner's bracket, we have SeYsEy's path. How did SeYsEy get here?
Yeah, as well. SeYsEy went straight through the winner's bracket, so won all of his matches getting it. So he is the unbeaten person. So people who are aware of how double elimination works, you need to lose 2 matches to get knocked out. So SeYsEy does come in with a 1-game advantage into this. And if SeYsEy loses, then he will get another opportunity, I think this time tomorrow, actually. And SeYsEy went through Zeuros, Cine, Sora, Exodus, beat RyuuKane in the winner bracket semi-final. So this is actually a rematch of the winners bracket season final semi-finals, and then beat the crown jewel of what the hell's happened in the winners bracket final as well. So SeYsEy's path has been interesting. A couple of newer opponents in the earlier brackets. That what we found quite a lot in the first round is that there are a lot of slip-ups in round 1. A lot of people surprisingly took a loss in round 1, but SeYsEy was able to get through that, beat Zeuros, beat Cine, 2 very good up and coming runners, and then just kind of stalwarts of the OoTR community Sora, Exodus, and a lot of people thought Exodus was going to do really, really well and get very far. SeYsEy took him down. And then, of course, Ryu, who's back again in the grand finals. And then, of course, previous season champion in What the Hell's Happened.
And from the losers brackets, we have RyuuKane, somebody that's really kind of dabbled into a lot of different randomizers, aside from OoTR, I think also Majora's Mask, the combo randomizer, OoTR, and MMR. I know he's playing Wind Waker. Probably a couple other ones.
Loves the boat game.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, RyuuKane is a really solid player. I think he's going to take it to 2 games here, assuming SeYsEy doesn't take this one and just win, I guess. Winners round 1, Wooden Barrel, bested him. Then it's Marco, round 2. Here you go. Okay. Yeah, the most recent Random Settings League champion, by the way. Fanta Tanks, just Juke. These aren't getting any easier. Lost to SeYsEy in the winter semifinals, like you said, so this is a nice little rematch. Beat Gogeta in losers, sent him home. Spent Sponge home. Okay. And then What the Hells? They both had to just beat What the Hells to even get to the finals. Like, what kind of a ticket is that, right?
I know, and like that path for Ryu, I think Ryu's got the more difficult path. I think from this, like Barrel round 1, like okay, like you don't really want to be facing Barrel round 1, and then just Marco, just beat Marco, just clean out, and then Sponge and What the Hell was in the later rounds as well. This is the reason why we've got a top 64 tournament, is that everybody is just really good. Like people are just really, really good in this game now, and any path that's going to get you to the grand finals of this is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think the community has just gotten a lot better year after year. It's just always going to be true. It's always been true. I think it always will be true, probably. But yeah, it just means that the gap is narrowing with each season. So, like, I think season 7. I mean, I've never really been a fan of the qualifying procedures to get to this point, to the top 64. But realistically, it's like one of the only things you can really do with so many people participating in the qualifiers. But yeah, they both had to play the same number of matches, win all of those, and then Ryu also had to beat Sponge and What else in addition to all that. So definitely, I think, had the harder path. But who do you think's actually going to take this game 1?
See, it's really interesting because, well, just firstly, just on the point that you said, 259 people played one game of this qualifier season. Like, that is so many people when you think about it, playing a single, game from 1998 that we're still playing today is actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Right.
But I looked through a bit of the challenge and looking at kind of the last 4 people who came through, SeYsEy, RyuuKane here in the grand final, and then of course Sponge and What the Hells. And I think what I kind of thought about is that these are all kind of, safe, balanced runners, aren't they? Like they're not kind of uber aggro runners. They say very, very technical minded, speedrunner in lots of different games. Not just here in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. He plays very well, he plays very solid. And then Ryu has changed a lot as a runner, I think. So I think Ryu used to be a lot more aggressive. And I've watched a couple of the different matches from Ryu that Ryu's played. And I think Ryu is a safer runner these days. I think before, I went back through, he did like a season 5 review of all the runners and kind of what their kind of play style is like and what they're good at. And he had himself down as a soft, hard aggro player. And he's definitely not that player anymore. And I think maybe his S5, disappointment maybe has changed kind of his play style now. So we're going to get 2 similar style runners, both high execution, both kind of balanced runners. And looking back at their last match as well, where they both kind of netted themselves after picking up their final hook shots, which was just, you know, SeYsEy was just in the well, and SeYsEy was just like, oh, if it's in the well, I've lost, and like, you know, like, mate, just go to the well. But, yeah, I think we're going to see very similar play styles. Whether they change their kind of mindsets coming into this, following their semi-final matches, I think it's going to be really interesting. I think Ryu's going to take this game. I really do think that they're quite even in runners and play styles. I think Ryu's going to take this. It's going to go down to the grand final, and then it could be anybody's game.
Yeah, I can't think the hope here for everyone watching today, but I guess we'll see what happens. As for me, I think it's a coin flip. So if everyone just wants to flip a coin, let's all say what it is, so we can group source our answers and data, you know, and maybe it would be close to 50-50. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think,
should be one to watch.
I think that you had the bigger picture of the whole tournament, you know, thinking about your playstyle across all these tournaments. Like, you know, we had these players probably played 8 qualifiers. They've played, you know, how many games has Ryu played? Played 8-9 games. We're down to 1 match now, and it just comes to this match. And in any given match, we know anything can happen in this game. We know that one slip up and it could absolutely, you know, be thrown for the runner. You know, one mislocation, one decision could really change anything. So yeah, it really could come down to either of these runners.
Yeah, they both do so much. There is just so much with the randomizer community now, too. We have so many things going on besides this awesome grand finals, but we have League ongoing the next season. Hey, a lot of cool matches, divisions there. Just about to start the mixed pools tournament about a month or so from now. Next season of RSL, Random Settings League, has already started. You can just go ahead and play. We had popped crates and freestanding, so in some capacity. But yeah, as for like season 6 as a whole, like, what do you think about these settings, Juggles?
Yeah, I think this was definitely the continuation from S5. Okay, we had S4. You know, I didn't play in S4. I was a watcher. I was an observer in S4. But we know what people will say about S4. It was a needed set of settings to get us where we are now. In S5, you know, people were playing S5 for so much longer after Season 5. And, you know, I think the race mods did a very sensible decision of just going like, right, S5 plus a couple of other bits, KZs get banned, you know, change the meta a little bit, go off and go forward. And I think it was a really good set of settings. I think everybody's really enjoyed it, but I do think everybody is ready for the next thing in the standard meta, which is kind of what the weeklies are doing for us at the moment. You know, we've had required only, we've had dungeon shuffle, we've had, what we got at the moment, we've got like shops and shortcuts and things like that is basically dungeon the name tokens of that setting. Yeah, and dungeon tokens. Yeah. So yeah, I think S7 is going to be kind of, you know, a really big shift. And I kind of hope it is a big shift. And, you know, we've had kind of 2 very similar tournaments. Let's just kind of throw everything into the barrel, shuffle it up and see what comes out. But what about for you, Emo? What's kind of your thoughts on Season 6 and Season 7?
It's kind of like Season 5 Part 2. Like, are we gonna have a trilogy? Like, is mostly the same settings except it's decoupled now. Sorry, or whatever. So it's like, okay, probably nothing like too wild. As far as like changes for like next time, I mean, I guess later this year.
So if this is S5 Part 2, then you're saying this is The Empire Strikes Back and we are in the fight between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Spoilers for a film that's almost 50 years old. But,
yeah, it gets his hand chopped off. It's kind of gruesome.
One of them is the father. I will let you decide. You and SeYsEy.
Now that'd be a shocker. If, like, Luke, I'm your dad. It's like, okay,
well, something that we haven't said, like, it's a possibility because both of these are French runners. We've got an all-French final. I don't know if that's the first time that's ever happened before. I think it might be.
Nope. We had Bonnaroo versus Marco.
Marco, absolutely correct. Yeah, in S3. So I know Emo, you're kind of you've said before that give you any French runner and you can beat them. You're like you know the weak points in the French.
I wasn't talking about these guys though. These guys are outliers. They're just unique. Like if they were a rarity in like a trading card game, both of these players are like ultra rare, Omega, whatever the highest rarity is. So I think talking in generalities is definitely or generalizations is doesn't really apply to these two runners, I don't think. So
and I've kind of looked at their heads up record, their matches against each other, because one of the things that's interesting about SeYsEy is that he doesn't, you mentioned all these kind of side tournaments that are going on to start off with and are starting soon, but SeYsEy keeps himself to himself and plays lots of different games. And I interviewed him after one of the matches, maybe even like winners brackets round 2 or 3 or something like that. And SeYsEy was like, yeah, I barely played Ocarina of Time Randomizer, but I'm feeling really good because of that elongated break.
Yeah.
And SeYsEy, one of the things he did do is he played in the first season of League. In that division, in the first season of League, in Division 1, was RyuuKane. Okay? The 2 matches they played against each other in League was split 1 each. They actually both came first and second, and both had the same record of 6-4. And SeYsEy won the division by the old League rule of fastest time. So if you don't think this is going to be a close race, then I think you've got your head in the gutter a little bit. This is going to be really, really close.
Yeah, is it going to be as close as Bonnaroo and Marco though? That one, I think it was like they were both really close matches, but it was like one was like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, or something. So it was like in that neighborhood. You just didn't know who was going to win. I think definitely have the potential for that. So,
well, SeYsEy and what the hell's in that winner bracket final? Maybe the poggest moment of this tournament so far. What the hell's was in Ganon's phase 2. When SeYsEy finished. So it was already pretty close. SeYsEy's already had a clutch finish. Will we see another clutch finish? Well, we've got 5 minutes to go before we find out.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's all I had. We can just take a nice little break before Hag and Milkweed get in here. But
yeah, I think we can definitely throw over to the 2 commentators now. Maybe get their predictions and their thoughts in before the start of this race, I think.
That's a wonderful way to pass over. So let me actually switch over to the stats screen. And then Hag and Mel maybe have something to say about that.
Hey everyone. Great little setup there for us, Emo and Chuckles. Fun to listen to, get that recap of where they've been. Very excited to see the stat screen.
You guys are awesome community content. Yeah, Milkweed, it's great to be here for the finals!
I know! We are here, everyone. Can you believe it? 6 months in the making.
Alright, Mel, if you'll just oblige me just a moment. Let me get this kicked off right.
Do your thing.
Introducing first, the challenger on your right half of the screen with a Season 6 record of 7 wins and 1 loss. The number 31 overall seed and loser bracket finals champion, hailing from France, He is Le Vainqueur Surprise, the giant killer, RyuuKane! And now, introducing your winner's bracket finals champion on your left half of the screen with a spotless Season 6 record of 6 wins and 0 losses, a tournament as clean as his last Baronade, racing out of France, the number 6 overall seed, this is Let Me Speak, SeYsEy! Ladies, gentlemen, NBs and OoTR enjoyers of all ages, it is time for your Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 6 Standard Tournament Grand Finals, Game 1. Let's get ready to random!
You cut out a couple times there, but that's amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. your mic really couldn't handle that shit.
Just too much hype, everyone, which I think is what we're all feeling today.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just
Anyway, I had to hype it up. Sorry with the mic issue.
that was amazing. Thank you so much. Just quickly going over the stats here, because we have that on screen. 34 races, both participated in, 18 going to Ryu, 16 to SeYsEy, and 1v1, they are 2-2 each. The last win going to SeYsEy in semis, right? Yeah.
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about this.
Second, please take me through just...
Ryu, I would say, not only because he is coming from the lower bracket, means that this is do or die time, needs to win to reset the bracket for a game 2. But as you can see, 18 to 16, Ryu has the edge, as well as that kind of like, yeah, I really want to beat SeYsEy because SeYsEy knocked him into the lower bracket.
Yeah,
So
I
kind
have
of-
my breath. So, just listed off by the podcast. Great guys. Great job, Emo, Soda, and Chuckles, and great guys. Just listening to the competitors RyuuKane had to beat on his path to the grand finals. Once again, Wooden Barrel, Marco, Fanta, Gogeta, Sponge. What the hell's happened? But Mel, you know who RyuuKane failed to beat in this tournament? In fact, he lost to them. Mel, can you give us the answer?
Is it SeYsEy?
It was
Is it-
SeYsEy! This is a
is it
rematch! Oh my god! This is who each of the runners wanted to face in the grand final, and all France grand finals. I'm so pumped. What do we got here on the start?
Let's see. We are starting with a stone. Not normally required, but I know chat's always thirsty for some All Dungeons content. And Song of Time. Ugh.
Ooh, yeah. SOT, not the song you're looking for to start off with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
with an adult start, we'll probably see the typical Kakariko Village waltz over there and come back to child about as soon as you can.
Yeah, the classic. Their first 5 minutes probably very scripted, like you said. Adult cac, go child. But here we go. Oh, we're in Temple of Time. Wow.
Your Season 6 Grand Finals has kicked off, and we've got some hints.
Look at this. Target is dead. Oh, Burning Cac is Serenade. SFM to Bongo, and 30 is dead.
Alright, probably looking at Nocturne of Shadow at Sacred Forest Meadow, but we have to be careful. Could be any number of things.
I feel like you get Sacred Forest Meadow to Bongo and you pick up something other than Nocturne. I mean, there's a mild panic there.
Could be anything. Honestly, we don't know yet. That's the wonder of Rando. All right, Season 6, back walking to Kakariko Village. We've seen this many times throughout this tournament. Just a very standard meta play here.
Yep.
Nobody veering off to the river or anything. Hoping to pick up explosives here and probably dive into Dodongo's cavern. Did we get a pet check? I think we just went straight out. Okay.
Nope, both of them just went going. No river rushing. Oh, it's SeYsEy missing that stair, which those are the kinds of things where it is not a big deal at all, but it can get into your head.
It's not a big deal until you're in phase 2 of Ganon and losing.
Where did I lose 4 seconds, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, a huge rupee from the man on roof. That's nice. I'm gonna go buy a shield immediately by SeYsEy.
Yep. Colossus, one of the hands is a small key, apparently. Big Goron sword.
Oh, nice. Big stabby right out the gates. That's nice.
This $20 wasted. I think it was right hand, but I did not catch for certain, so we'll see again.
Yes, as pointed out by chat, the French representation is strong. You see the blue, white, and red as Prelude is picked up here in the windmill. Seed is playable, Mel.
Yep. Prelude is really nice. We did have a vanilla adult spawn, meaning that it is fixed to be in Temple of Time like we saw. But child spawn is still random. We do not have Serenade for a quick guaranteed way back. Our spawn could be in market. But Prelude's really nice. Just a way around time of day shenanigans as child. You don't have to be as precious about when you do your age changes, and a bomb bag.
Speaking of explosives, yeah. Bomb bag in this house.
Yeah, bomb bag early is amazing, and I would not be too surprised to see either or both of these runners just kind of do a blind Dodongo's Cavern with early bombs like that.
Yeah, absolutely can that script. We're going trailing.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of hiking on our docket. Probably. I guess I shouldn't say definitely.
Another big chest. Okay, Dins, we already know that's required with our Path to Bongo hint.
That's right. Yeah, if you are just tuning in for the first time, let's just remind you, there are randomized medallions throughout the dungeons, and the path hints are goal hints, so we know that they relate to beating the game, and so if Bongo is the goal of a path hint, that means that Shadow Temple is a required place to beat to complete the game. So yes.
Yeah.
Into the Dompe race.
The goal is the medallion, so
right.
We know that it's a medallion dungeon.
Correct.
I think it was another bomb bag in the crate. We'll get another look here, but I'm pretty sure that's not nuts.
Bombs aplenty.
Good start means impossible to find long shot. Yes.
As is often the case, a bountiful start can be a bit of a bottlenecked ending. And it's kind of the opposite, though. A bottleneck start has a bit of a bountiful ending. Unless your stage is just gross, so...
Yeah, and we'll see. It could just be bombs early, obviously. Great Dins early. We don't have magic yet, but it can be nice. And our Zora Tunic. Were you taking advantage of Song of Time here?
Oh, beautiful. Just gonna go up to Mountain Trail using the Song of Time block. Nice. Good heads-up awareness there. Although I think, starting with Song of Time, you might think about your route. Oh, if I get a bomb bag, I can just, play Song of Time out of Dompe Race.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of those things that you kind of might change your graveyard routing on the fly. We did not have ZL to start, so it didn't matter how they routed. It was just going to be Shield Grave and Dompe anyway. But you can start making some different decisions, what you're going to do after.
I'm going to check out the Redead Grotto. Ooh, a save and quit from SeYsEy.
Interesting.
And we are going to get a pet check. Take it, Mel.
Oh.
Sorry, on the spot.
I wasn't ready for that. Thanks. Alright, so we have Fire, Deku, Shadow, is going to be our fire medallion. Phantom Ganon's of Forest is our water medallion. Water is our shadow medallion. And we have Baronade, Jabu wrapping it all up.
Okay, Dodongo is a stone, but when you get bombs early, Dodongo basically becomes an overworld location.
Yeah, and I'm really curious because the time investment for Dodongo's Cavern is not very high. So making this play to child, in theory, just wanting to skip things that aren't necessary. In this case, Dodongo's is a stone dungeon, so it might not be required.
Right. Deku being the forest medallion is interesting, depending on how early they find that Kokiri sword, because that'll give us an extra song right off the bat.
Yep, and I think that was Choose above Dodongo's.
Ooh, no one says no to Choose.
Yeah,
I
I would agree.
It's a time pickup if you drop down on top of DC there to grab the Choose, but maybe not.
Yeah, it just depends. You don't have a whole lot of motivation to guarantee yourself Choose when you have a bomb bag. Oh, Bolero is on Ocarina of Time, so all dungeons is not dead, but it is mostly dead.
Yeah, so SeYsEy, if there is nothing in DC, SeYsEy's choice to not climb up the trail could be a beneficial one.
Yep.
And I wonder if SeYsEy, maybe this is a bit of a winner's bracket advantage strategy. Maybe SeYsEy can play a bit riskier, a bit more loose, a bit more aggressive, because maybe they just spike the win.
Yeah, I have heard conflicting theories and perspectives on that, because I think most people would rather win. Oh, okay. Valley to Morpha is a great hint. SeYsEy will definitely be doing that as child here.
Any Valley Lakers in the chat? Pyra, where are you? Mad Monk Adam, are you in the chat? Are you listening?
Winning is generally a good strategy. You are right. One of my favorite strategies, in fact.
Alright, gonna peek the Tektite Grotto. Just a bloop. Bloopy, bloopy, bloopy. Yeah, hookshot in Gerudo Valley would be a huge pickup early.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, Ryu has bombs, very likely to get that hint, but, maybe you put off field checks for a while. You never know. We'll just have to see. It could also not be a hook shot, and we could get something really, exciting, and we get to start theory crafting what horrors this seed has in store for us.
Oh, that's what we're all looking forward to, Mel.
Yep.
We can only hope.
We all know it will not be for Tunic logic, though, because we already have that.
That's right, Dante giving us the Zora Tunic at the Dante race.
Okay, a bow in DC.
Okay, that's a nice pickup if all the other bows are bow-locked. Forest is a medallion. Oh, and we also need a bow to shoot the light arrows,
Just need a bow.
funnily enough.
Yes, Spirit requires a hook shot. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of our medallion dungeons today hard require hook shots, partially because of rules in place in Standard. And we would never know for sure about fire until we got in there.
Okay, so it's not... we were just talking about Nocturne at SFM, but Malin teaches us Nocturne.
Yes, love that. Now it's just gonna be Storms or Epona. It cannot be Zelda's Lullaby. Lullaby can be in Sacred Forest Meadow, but that will not be what is hinted.
Ooh.
It could be Requiem at SFM for Lullaby out in Colossus.
Yes. All too often, Zelda's Lullaby can be indirectly hinted.
That's a good point, Jax. That's probably the worst possible item. Yep. Alright, SeYsEy checking our child's bonds, so we will find out. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh,
We already had bombs, so River was not in question, but having the spawn inside domain specifically removes some of the lullaby requirement for child.
that is interesting indeed.
Yeah, so you don't need a scale or lullaby to be in here, so these could be very interesting checks to keep an eye on, because that means they can lock those items. Oh, we can't get lullaby in ice, I'm sorry. It only removes the lullaby requirement for adults.
Right, yes, and we did see a sometime hint of the final prize of Rudo Training Grounds being dead. I think it was a recovery heart. Alright, that was a high King Dodongo by King Dodongo. RyuuKane grabbing their first stone is locked by the hover boot, picking up a bow, picking up a slingshot, which is not going to be required because we know target in the woods is not a useful item. This bit of a nice item get there for RyuuKane. As we see, ooh, a big chest in Zora's domain. Alright, RyuuKane going to take the completion of Dodongo's Cavern, which drops you out right in front of Kakariko Village. I'm going to go to adult shooting with that bow they picked up. Good heads-up play here. Sometimes it's hard to remember you just got an item that you can use in a minigame.
All the time. Oh! Okay. So, big Poe bottles. Let's talk about bottle logic.
Well, let's do it.
So there are 4 bottles in the game, one of which will contain Rudo's letter, as long as it's not open fountain, which this is. So, Rudo's letter, which has logical implications. Oh, boomerang. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
And the other bottle contents that have logical implications are big Poes. The reasons for this, they can only be emptied at the big Poe hut. Regular Poe, you can drink it. It might hurt you, but you can still drink it. So finding a big Poe bottle is interesting, because there are options that is important. We don't have our horse yet. We don't have another bottle, but we do have a bow that's available in Logic.
All dungeon hopes are alive! Death Mountain Crater is on the path to Phantom Ganon. It could just be a song, but everyone's hoping. Everyone's hoping it's something on the volcano.
Yeah, Jack's saying what everyone is hoping and dreaming. Hovers on the volcano for Forest Key Logic.
That would be dreadfully amusing logic here in Game 1 of Grand Finals.
Amazing.
That's a triple. Oh, baby. 3 beans for SeYsEy in the river. And interestingly enough, not going Valley. I guess they're going to pick it up some other time. And that was the consequence of them saving quitting, I suppose. We didn't talk about that because it was the child spawn was so interesting. We'll see what RyuuKane does with this knowledge, because you have to imagine that Boulder of Destiny will be on their docket as they head out of market.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, yep. Routing in the Field Grottos after Child Forest. That is a great call there.
Copy of the Crater Hunt, and just Nehru's. Yeah, Alfalfa, I would agree. SeYsEy is very likely to be going into Kokiri Forest, doing Lost Woods, picking up a song there, and you can do all of Southfield since they have... Oh!
Ooh, oh, so this... Now that's a logical nightmare. Bigoron has the Lens of Truth.
Interesting, interesting.
And that was an eyeball frog. Oh my god. Is that an eyeball frog? No, it was an eyeball frog on top of DC. Okay, I was thinking of the crater. It was just on top of DC. Nothing crazy yet.
Okay. Interesting. So okay, let's go back to Big Goron logic. What do we need?
So we would need. So you'd need. Don't you need a way of unfreezing King Zora?
Yes, that's the big one. You need a way of unfreezing King Zora, which means either 2 wallets and a bottle available, or Ruto's letter for access to Ice Cavern.
I see. Yeah. So yeah, that can mess with paths so much.
We do have a bottle in logic. Yep.
Okay, so if we grab another wallet, that would at least put that in. That would at least put that in logic. Then unfreezing King Zora, if we find Zelda's Lullaby, in a timely manner.
2 wallets.
Oh, 2 wallets. That's right. Yeah, it's like 300. Yeah, 300. Okay, so SeYsEy, without a scare, is gonna have to walk out this way.
Mm-hmm.
Into Kakiri Forest.
Yep, and we are largely seeing Ryu take the same path here. We'll see if he shows us Valley before going into Forest.
I think SeYsEy may have been... may have actually been trying to... There's a lot of entrances in Forest, so, for a child spawn, so I think they may have been trying to get a save and quit into Forest and do the field grottos that way. It may have been the thought into the save and quit.
I would agree. Oh, alright, another slingshot. Alright, yep. Boomerang was at the top of River, and someone asked where Requiem is. We do not know yet. Plenty of song locations left to check. We'll just have to get there. Yeah, no path sling at least, which means that whatever path hint that we might get for Goma is going to be the Kokiri sword, which is nice.
Alright, one big chest in Mido's house is... the Kokiri sword! Haha!
All right.
How convenient!
Yep, that's really nice for SeYsEy. Gonna be able to go just finish up Deku. That's a free song. There's no way Ryu's missing that, so that's not like an advantage or disadvantage for either runner, honestly. Just means SeYsEy's gonna get on the board with a medallion first.
Good grief! Is that the Kokiri sword that you totally found right in my house?
Right? Dang, Mido. Why didn't you help the Deku tree?
Yeah, Mido, you jerk. Mido, least likable character. No,
Right? It's like, what is this? Closed forest? Field to Baronade. Alright.
Ah, so Letter hiding out in the rest of the field checks, it looks like.
Yep, we do already have Boomerang and River here. It is in logic with both the bombs and our spawn and the chicken. So, honestly, with that information, we will probably see Jabu in this child segment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no reason not to just go beat Jabu.
Sure, and RyuuKane will have all the child dungeons beat then if he follows the same path as SeYsEy.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating to watch how their decisions were the same. RyuuKane and SeYsEy both deciding that it wasn't worth the hike out to Valley Lake, knowing that Gerudo Valley is on the path to Morpha. They know a better way to route that. It's just great that you can see that level of decision making, kind of validated.
Right. And I would say, this chat is pointing out, if there's another bow available in Logic that's on the way, that's really bad for Ryu, honestly.
Yeah, it is. I would agree with that.
Ryu's not going back up for Boomerang at this time.
Knows that he can save and quit, yes.
Yep.
Although he will have to walk the chicken back up, so...
Yeah. This looks like the Valley play we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Which, interesting decisions we're seeing here. But yeah, like I was saying, if everything, if there's another bow along the way, Dodongo's is all time loss unless SeYsEy goes in there. And, you know, yeah, it's only about 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is a lot when it's this kind of matchup.
That's right. So actually, Ryu probably hoping that there is at least an item kind of tucked away by the logic, if not just that bow. That way, SeYsEy might have to choose to dip in and sort of give back that time.
Yep. Yeah. We are seeing fields. This is the only bad place letter could be, and it is not there.
We are fashion percent. That is both tunics collected now.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, early bow could still pay off in some way.
Oh, just missing that skull.
Yep. And yeah, serious business pointing out, like, honestly, these runners probably will collect up to 5 anyway, given the dungeon layout. You wouldn't have to.
That's right.
If you didn't want to, you could, like, stop collecting hearts right now and just gamble with your tunics. This is not a strategy I recommend, but I am bad at this game.
Alright, won't need to be one skip here, because we can just bomb jump.
Yep.
And into the Goma fight we're gonna go after figuring out the secret here. 2-3-1.
Yep.
Alright, let's check out Valley Lake. Yes, please.
Oh, another bow.
Oh, that is not good for RyuuKane.
Well, that's not path either.
That's right.
Okay, so we've talked a bit about hints. We are really strongly hoping that we do not get a Goma hint. Because we know there's no path slingshot, and the only thing that it can hint is that Kokiri sword in Midos, which is like a tragic waste of a path hit.
Does RyuuKane not have the hint?
What hint?
Oh, it could be behind Hammer Rocks. I see.
Yes.
Ah, okay, so RyuuKane not spying an item that they want behind the waterfall, implying that the path item to Morpha is at the Gerudo Valley Hammer Rocks location.
Yep. But I would say that's better info for Ryu. 40 instead. Who knows that the bow is not path?
That's a very good point. That could lead SeYsEy down a bit of a goose chase.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we are just under 25 minutes in, and we have seen a little bit of divergence here in both the child routing, but also the big divergence coming from RyuuKane grabbing a bow in Dodongo's cavern after grabbing Bomb Bag early in Kakariko Village. Ooh, Tobias clipping the VXR. That is a tough feat indeed in chat VXR. A deadly accurate spotter. Alright. Child fishing it is, and that is
Frog's 2 dead.
Ah, Frog's 2 dead, that's nice. So a bunch of our nasty sometimes hints, Skull Mask, Frog's 2, not gonna be required here, but the known information of a really gnarly path implication of Big Oron holding the lens of truth. We need to keep that in mind as we uncover more checks here.
Just some money. Ryu is being pretty thorough, so I can almost guarantee that he is not going to end up missing letter in field, if in fact that's what's there. There's a chance that it's just locked by something that's in field still. Yeah, let's really hope that we get a Volvagia hint, honestly.
Yeah, implications of Volvagia hint, doubly important for those Hammer Rocks out there in Gerudo Valley. Alright, Ocarina minigame. Set hold for SeYsEy here.
I think that was all notes.
Just a bomb refill.
Ryu not wanting to go through and equip. Yeah, just pull out the nuts. Yes, SeYsEy does have oh, another slingshot. Okay. Sounds good. All slingshots, just chilling.
All nuts, that's or all
Yeah.
seeds, I suppose. All seeds, that's all the slingshots. Remote grotto here. Remote open grotto, I suppose. Ooh, big chest.
Reminder that target in the woods is dead. And there is Rudo's letter. Okay,
Alright.
so that will mean that it's very likely we will see Jabu from SeYsEy in the same child segment.
Definitely think it's still possible for RyuuKane. He grabbed the letter and he knows the boomerang is right at his child spawn, so.
Right, and we are going to be seeing Sacred Forest Meadow. This is a path to Bongo.
Our first chance?
Bottom of the well to Volvagia. Okay, so we are saved from the redundant Goma hint. Thank you, game. Sincerely.
The game being awful nice to us here in Grand Finals.
And yes, Neil. We do have random child spawn. Our spawn happens to be just inside the waterfall in Domain.
Okay, so it is going to be a song that is on our path to Bongo Bongo here in Sacred Forest Meadow. Now, will it be the child song, which would normally be Saria's, or is it the adult song, which would normally be Minuet?
Yeah, I mean, I think chat has said this a couple times, and it's probably Requiem.
The good old song chain into an indirect lullaby path. We've seen it countless times.
Yeah.
We're hoping for something a bit spicier here.
Hovers being in bottom of the well would be a thing. And there's Requiem.
Well, there you go. An interesting choice here for SeYsEy. Yeah, I believe you're going to go clear out the field grottos first before you play Requiem.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect Requiem to be after Fields, because then you can do Child Spirit if you feel like it.
SeYsEy still playing. Oh, there's a reminder. Still playing with that information that Gerudo Valley is on the path to Morpha, so I do wonder what they will choose. Is that 50 dead?
Yep, 50's dead.
Alright, so 10 and 20, the only worries we have about Skull Collection.
Yeah, Song of Storms or even Lullaby out on Requiem. We still don't have access to the Crater song, so it's more likely to be Lullaby here, I'd say. But it could also be Epona out there. Oh yeah, we also have access to Prelude, which we haven't checked yet. But that's fully available.
Yeah, plenty of songs to give us even more information. And 30 minutes in, let's remind our viewers of the stakes. This is Grand Finals Game 1, meaning that RyuuKane comes in with a big disadvantage. They have to win 2. They have to win both to be crowned the Season 6 Standard Champion, whereas SeYsEy just needs to grab one of these 2.
Yep. Most importantly, needs to win today, or there is no game tomorrow.
It is correct. RyuuKane, this is must win for RyuuKane. But he has knocked off some absolute pillars of the rando community, as we've mentioned before, by the podcast pre-show and our intro here. Marco, Sponge, what the hells. This is not a place of unfamiliarity for RyuuKane. The French phenom, and SeYsEy, just a stellar Season 6 performance thus far. Just keeps winning, man. Mel, just keeps winning.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's it's fun to see someone go undefeated through the tournament. But I continually marvel about just how much work goes into these tournaments, honestly. Lower bracket especially, I think you play something like 50% more matches. It's not quite double, but like you have to play a lot of matches to stay in through lower bracket, so Ryu has faced a lot of amazing opponents. Fortunately went out pretty late in winter bracket.
He still already had to, I think, 3 elimination games he's faced already, so...
Yes, exactly. And that was coming from semifinals and winners. Had to go through 3 extra opponents.
You know, already a very mentally taxing tournament for RyuuKane. And not to take anything away from SeYsEy at all. I mean, they've won, so they've earned their kind of break.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what happens when you win. You don't have to play as much, and that keeps you a little bit fresher.
Yeah, SeYsEy is going to get the bow. Which, again, we know is not path. Ryu knows is not path. But if SeYsEy kind of... I cannot imagine SeYsEy not thinking about hammer rocks after only finding a bow. But you never know.
Yeah, it's going to come down to if SeYsEy finds another bow, or if kind of the order in which they get that hammer when they're around the Gerudo Fortress area.
Yep, exactly.
There's a fairy bow here for SeYsEy.
Yep.
Take that. RyuuKane doing the work to get through Deku Tree right now. Hits the skull. That's a beautiful little bit of set of movement there, combining the drop down through the spiderweb with the skull collection.
Kill.
Sorry, skull till a kill.
I think it's actually illegal to collect it as well.
That probably is. So SeYsEy confirming what RyuuKane showed us here at the waterfall. Nothing useful there in the waterfall, so our path is going to be behind those hammer rocks.
Yep. And then, yeah, I'm expecting SeYsEy to play Requiem out of here, collect that song, maybe do Child Spirit, before going and just doing Jabu. Having another medallion dungeon under his belt.
And we're going to plant a bean. SeYsEy did grab 3. It will be interesting to see if SeYsEy dips into Child Spirit, or if they just grab the song out of Colossus. As pointed out, it is a stone, so progression through Spirit won't be required from a goal standpoint, but you can still find items there, as we all know all too well.
Oh, our child spawn is in domain snacks.
Alright, RyuuKane going to clean up Hikuri Forest here, kind of following in the footsteps on the way to Sacred Forest Meadow behind SeYsEy. The big time difference right now in this child section, if you are just joining us, is RyuuKane took the bomb bags that both runners got in Kakariko Village and went up to DC. So about a 5-minute 3 to 4 minute difference here in the child progress.
Yep. And really, there was only a bow in DC. So SeYsEy does not have the information that the bow in Valley is not path. But again, it's 3 to 4 minutes that Ryu kind of has to make up, is, you know, covering the same Same steps here. We'll see what SeYsEy opts to do. Yeah, Alfalfa.
Get a peek on top of the arch.
Strength?
Oh, is that a strength? He is planting the beam. Something worth it on Desert Colossus Arch.
So the goal to finish this game is all of the 6 medallions. All dungeons would mean that the song that you would get from the 3 stones, and there's Lullaby.
A double path possible with Requiem for Strength and ZL.
Yep, and gonna check this fairy fountain and save quit out of here, would be my guess.
Gotta take that ZL and go over to the fountain. Again, good heads-up play. You know, these guys are in grand finals, but it is so easy to grab a key item or song and then just forget to use it immediately.
This check in particular, notorious for people forgetting about it, honestly.
Alright, so with ZL and the item on the arch, SeYsEy not going to go into Child Spirit. Probably a good call for now.
Where horse, though? If I had to make some bold predictions right now, I am thinking horse is in Composer Grave and Storms is in ice.
Ooh, well, Mel's predictions are already coming to fruition as SeYsEy is going to complete Jabu Jabu in this first child section. Good call, Mel.
Yeah, we actually still don't have access to Forest. We don't have Minuet or Sarias. We don't have information where that is, so Raider being Path to Phantom Ganon is a little meh in that regard.
Ah, yes. Needs the fish. Didn't have an extra... Oh, they did have... Oh, they have Big Poe in a bottle. They couldn't empty it. Oh, that's... I was like, they have an extra bottle, but it's Big Poe in there. And you can't empty that unless you turn it in.
Yes and no, Neil. SeYsEy is ahead. Ryu has Letter and knows where Boomerang is. So, I am expecting a near identical play. Go pick up ZL and then do Jabu. SeYsEy will still be a few minutes ahead, but it's early enough in the seed and we're missing kind of key items to say I wouldn't even call it ahead at this point because it's very likely SeYsEy ends up into Dongos anyway.
Alright, SeYsEy dives straight into the belly of the beast. This is inside Jabu Jabu's belly. We're gonna have to pick up the princess here and complete a few rooms before we head into the Baronade fight. I hyped it up in the intro. Let's see if their Baronades are clean this tournament, this match.
Yeah, I'm a little curious if Ryu, is checking these hints. Oh, that hint. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if Ryu is gonna waste time checking this information when he knows he's gonna be here as adult anyway. He's getting a little lucky in that one of them, it wasn't actually exciting information or new necessarily, aside from the 50 hint. But he'll get that anyway. Alright, Ryu equipping that bean. So we'll see if Ryu goes into Child Spirit.
Yeah, another point of divergence here available. We'll see what they do when they pick up Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah. Valley Hammer Rocks is going to be our path item. Oh.
Not. Gonna go straight to Composer's Grave, so not picking up the fountain there.
Yep. So when I said that that fairy fountain is notorious for being skipped. I'm gonna say Ryu specifically has been burned by that fairy fountain a few times. But there's plenty of opportunities to get back there.
Yeah, the first check in Jabu Jabu is just a small chest. As we see Composer's Grave, and a very well-known trick in OOT Randomizer standard settings here, or rule set. Ryu's going to show us torches after he picks up the song.
Mm-hmm. Alright, SeYsEy's starting to think about picking up some heart pieces. Oh, Sarias. Alright, so Crater is not our forest access. That's nice.
Mel, it was the other All Direction song here in Composers. You were channeling it, just had the ups and downs messed up.
So that puts our hook probably in Crater.
Fucking Crater. SeYsEy destroying Jabu's belly. I mean, not a place that is lauded by many viewers here on the OOTR scene, but still a place to flex those muscles, to show off your execution, your prowess here. And SeYsEy,
yeah, Ryu a little concerned. Maybe he mispeaked that boomerang, but I'm hoping that it's just. Wait, not saving suns?
Saving the time of. Saving the age change, perhaps? And this is going to be a warp to River?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, you know, I could see this. You want to save that age change sort of time again if it was like storms?
Yeah.
Pretty cute play there by Ryu. Maybe realizing that DC could be avoided, you know, overall, so just looking to gain seconds here and there and try to claw some time back.
Yep.
Super efficient use of save scumming there.
So Crater actually, realistically, is probably our horse for our hookshot and hammer rocks.
Oh, great point by Jack. Yeah, if you grab storms there, you can also do frogs in the rain. And a couple more skulls here for SeYsEy. What's the count going to be? 7, so 7 and 8 here. Alright, big Octo here, SeYsEy about to fight. Some very nice strats developed here for the big Octo fight. We'll see which one SeYsEy employs. There's that reminder that DMC is on the path to Phantom Ganon while RyuuKane picks up Nehru's Love. We saw this earlier from SeYsEy in the river. RyuuKane importantly going to pick up this boomerang and what we assume is going to be following a progression right behind SeYsEy into Jabu Jabu's belly, as SeYsEy is now in the big Octo Rock fight. Gonna take intentional damage and get behind the Octo Rock. Down he goes. And now we're climbing up to Baronade.
Yeah, I think the point was that Ryu has not turned in letter. Even if Ryu wanted to go to ice, he can't, because this is S6.
Alright, gonna lower the platform. Just gonna take it safe here with the box skip strat. Just gonna use box skip skip.
I was gonna say, I don't know that SeYsEy actually does box skip. Maybe someone in chat who's a little more familiar can answer that, but I'm pretty sure that I have not seen him do box skip. All right. Well, SeYsEy is basically going to be finished with Jabu here when Ryu enters. Ryu did not do domain checks earlier, I don't believe, so that's what we're seeing now.
So with 9 skulls already and Nightcack still available for SeYsEy, gonna have at least 14 skulls available. So he can turn in the 10 skull check. And with Boomerang, you can grab one in the graveyard there. Alright, into the Baronade fight. First phase. Alright.
Yes, Jabu will end up resetting kind of goal for SeYsEy. But we also happen to know where Sunsong is.
And there we have it. A clean Baronade fight indeed by SeYsEy, grabbing medallion number 2, taking a temporary lead on the medallion count from Ryu.
Alright, anyone who has a bingo board, cross off your free space of clean Baronade.
Well, I already said it in the intros. I was destined to say it again. I'm hyped. We're going to use all the memes here today. It's grand finals. We're 47.5 minutes in. It's Ryu versus SeYsEy, an all-France finals. Ryu fighting to make this a 2-game series, and SeYsEy hoping to close it in 1. As RyuuKane is grabbing the fish and going inside Jabu Jabu's belly. Alright, SeYsEy over to Zora's Fountain, into the fairy fountain there. Gonna use ZL again. Gonna grab a hint, and another skull. So that'll be 10 skulls.
Yeah, nice skull routing. We only need 10 or 20 today. Totally missed that hint.
That was shooting the sun dead, I believe.
Ooh, nice. We did not see Epona at Temple of Time. It was Sunsong, Alfalfa, but Epona is somewhere that we can get now. And we now have access to the adult SFM song. We have access to... we don't actually have access to the Crater song yet. We still don't have a hook shot. Or our hovers.
Ooh, Hyrule Castle Fairy Dead. A nice hint. That'll save some time. It does leave the possibility of orphaning, well, I should say orphaning, not checking the Hyrule Castle hint with number 1. So if there's some relevant information there, could be important. But these are small things.
Ryu forgot which part of Jabu he was at, optimistically grabbing a box.
Ryu, you're not quite there yet, buddy.
I too want Jabu to be finished the second I enter.
Yes, so any hints at Hyrule Castle would just be our last sometimes hint. So nothing earth-shattering there. We're gonna have to reset the torches glitch. Here on SeYsEy.
I think the only sometimes hint that would be of any value right now is treasure chest game.
Oh yes, Vigoron holding the lens of truth. You know, when SeYsEy goes up to DC area, to the Death Mountain Trail area, and sees that eyeball frog, I do wonder what their play becomes.
Yeah, it'll be... I would very much expect Ice, to be totally honest. I expect SeYsEy to go to Ice. Do what he can of Crater. But I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on is whether or not he goes into Dodongo's Cavern. Yeah, exactly, Ventnor.
That is Sun Song that we saw early on Ryu's side that he scummed away to fishing for storms. SeYsEy going to head to the graveyard. This is probably going to be up the trail. Going to turn in those skulls, 10 skulls.
Yeah, Sun's Grave, 10 skulls, adult shooting. Oh,
Lots of cleanup work here to do in CAC.
Oh, was Sun's Grave hinted? Nope. Okay. Just...
Ah, yes.
Yes,
That moment of
remembering.
realization that I do have Sun Song.
Yeah, Alfalfa, I think there's not enough that adds up to adult dungeons here. And SeYsEy will probably end up going into DC, which will be exciting for us, obviously, because it'll give us a really good look of how close these two are.
Yes, and if you're a fan of RyuuKane or just want to see another game, this is your best shot here if SeYsEy goes into DC, because that will definitely give back a couple of those minutes that he had it as an advantage against Ryu. And without Minuet,
Oh, you got it. You have to go. You gotta make that hike to adult SFM, especially
yeah, I
since
was just
it's
wondering
in
what the
logic.
ordering would be. Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably do it. I mean, we don't have a scale or iron, so everything sucks. So I would probably do Goron City into the Minuet song.
I was ready for a major item there on 10 skulls. I don't know why, I just felt it in my bones. Okay, up the trail.
Yes,
Oh.
Segue. There was a strength on the arch out at Colossus.
I forgot that, I had forgotten that we hadn't seen Redead Grotto here.
No, we saw it. It was
I meant from SeYsEy.
Oh.
Ooh, Requiem, okay.
Yeah, once that strength. Makes sense. You know you need one. I wonder... I cannot imagine that he does this, but SeYsEy could opt to reverse here, get thrown into Valley. Okay, no, we're not. Never mind. To peek. Hammer rocks.
Just a slight inefficiency in there out here from SeYsEy, having to play Nocturne twice and walk out of the graveyard again.
Yeah, like, ideally you pick up the strength and then do your Nocturne stuff, but I don't. Did SeYsEy actually turn in 10? Or just...
He did turn in 10, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been just,
Yeah.
about 30 seconds more efficient probably playing Requiem first, but it this is a difficult game to play, much less race. So
Yeah.
these are the types of decisions that they have to make on the fly.
Yeah, and we're here, like, nitpicking. Oh, you lost 10 seconds there, having to play Nocturne twice and walk out of Graveyard. And that's all it is nitpicking. Because that's just how good they are. And
Sure.
SeYsEy is going into DC.
But we know those margins are razor thin, and everything counts here. It's the grand finals. As SeYsEy plunges into DC and giving RyuuKane some much-needed time back. All right,
You're going for box skip and missing it there.
This could actually put RyuuKane ahead. We'll have to check this once SeYsEy is done with Dodongo's Cavern.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some overworld that SeYsEy might have done that Ryu didn't, but really coming up with anything, honestly.
Yeah, and this will, as pointed out, we have pointed out before, SeYsEy is now going to recognize that bow is not the path item once they find it here in DC. So very important information here for SeYsEy.
Yep. SeYsEy gonna be hoping for a bomb drop here.
Getting yeeted just a bit there by Baronade.
Baronade's a bad boss. Dirty Baronade.
Recovering nicely though, RyuuKane going to finish off the boss here. There it is. That's the second medallion for RyuuKane. We are at parity in regards to medallion progression.
Not getting a bomb drop there, which is very unfortunate.
Ooh, good point.
Has 15 chews though, so it's fine.
Yeah, plenty of explosives to work with here.
Yep. I don't know if Trez is in chat still, but I would like a record of every race time room that has had Clean Baronade and Dirty Baronade as their, like, names, please and thank you. Yeah, let me tell you about the bomb drops from these Armos statues and how they're lies. I had 2 bombs, literally just last week, 2 bombs, and I killed every single one and didn't get a bomb drop.
The follies of Milkweed.
So mad.
Yes. I sympathize hard.
Burning Cactus Serenade. Alright, and this is that bow.
Alfalfa quantifying just how unlucky you were.
Yeah. Thank you, Alfalfa, for running those numbers for me. Alright, SeYsEy gonna be taking advantage of some movement here. Oh, missing that, unfortunate. It is tight, but you can get a ground jump off of that bomb flower. If it's Armos, I'm sorry, I can't mod it. It's close to a slur in a language, as I understand it.
Oh, well.
Yep. So, it will always be auto-modded, as I understand.
How dare you, chat. Wash your mouth. Wash your fingers with soap, please, as my mother would say.
I mean, please do that anyway. Please use soap when you wash your hands. Cannot emphasize enough how much I would like everyone to wash their hands. I don't know if SeYsEy is... Oh, that's bad luck. SeYsEy didn't go quite far enough, second guessed, and missed the double pot refill there.
Yeah, I was trying to manipulate the bomb refill there. I didn't quite get it. Thank you, Golden Thespian. That's a much better. That's a much better way to say what I was trying to.
And yeah, happy 1 hour, everyone. This has been a very exciting first hour, honestly. We have both Deku and Jabu done, which is great. Please give our runners a follow, SeYsEy and RyuuKane, here in the grand finals. Their links are in chat. It's been really fun to watch them throughout the tournament, and I'm not so casually hoping for Game 2 tomorrow, because I can always handle more Ocarina of Time. Hag, thank you so much for that amazing introduction earlier.
It's great to be here, and thank you, Mel, for commentating with me. Awesome.
Our trackers today, Waylon Star and Fennel Star, also race monitoring, I believe. And we also have a French restream over on Icola TV with Ausuna. So if you would rather be listening to this in French, they do a wonderful job over there. And yeah, we're getting a look here. Not quite dead even. SeYsEy is ahead by a minute.
Yeah, a little bit of execution advantage here on SeYsEy's side, perhaps. Maybe a bit of nerves on RyuuKane's side.
Yeah. That's funny, because I thought, you know, like missing the bomb refill, I thought SeYsEy was exhibiting some nerves there.
Yeah, it could, I mean, very likely both runners are feeling a bit anxious here. It is the Grand Finals. I believe it's both of their first Grand Finals appearance. We're definitely going to have a new champion today, so we know that much. And even if you've had a bunch of races and this is just another day for you, it does at some point start to kick in. Oh, hey, I'm in the Grand Finals.
French job would be like, weep.
Alright, our first look at Goron City, I believe. Yep.
SeYsEy, you killed it. There we go.
We'll see what SeYsEy the Goron has for us.
I don't think so, Rapdog. I think SeYsEy only went down once. Up, down, and up, back once. Really, SeYsEy hasn't checked a whole lot that Ryu hasn't. I was not paying enough attention to see
I think
if
Goron
Ryu...
City is it, honestly.
Yeah, what they've done here. This is it.
Super tight race right now. And we couldn't expect anything less here from Grand Finals. This is a rematch from Winners Bracket Semifinals. SeYsEy sending RyuuKane down to the lower brackets, but Ryu responding by knocking off Gogeta, Sponge, and what the hell's happened? Wow, this is just an awesome matchup here. We're 1 hour and 3 minutes in. Oh, and Goron City, no big chests here in the maze.
Oh. And suddenly we are in sync there. Ryu opening these small chests, hoping for a bomb refill. Not getting it. Oh,
looky there. That's a big chest on the left side of the maze.
There are a few options how to get that chest. So we'll see how they end up doing that, whether it's hammer or strength 2 or hovers.
All right, a moment of truth.
Yeah, is it AD?
What is on top of the volcano as we get our first look at Path DMC? Oh, it's a Ruby.
Boo. It's just gonna be hammer up here, isn't it?
We'll not say no to that.
Yeah, hovers have a decent chance of being in bottom of the well.
Heads up play here, gonna buy a few bombs on Ryu's side. Just a little bit of improvisation. You love to see it.
Double checking. Yeah, it's the song or the hammer fairy. I feel like it's very strongly a chance that it is storms for hovers for Epona. So you can go get hammer rocks, then we just need to find hammer.
Very important to know though, our runners cannot get the song in the crater right now.
Oh. But yeah, I kind of wonder at that point, like, how many of these hints are actually pointing towards a hookshot in Valley Hammer Rocks? Because I kind of think it's a lot.
Yeah, hammer looking to be the pivotal item thus far here in this seed. Aha! And SeYsEy is going to grab that eyeball frog. I think. Oh, nope. Just gonna go down the trail. Okay. So, never mind. Eschewing the lens of truth. Saying, well, if I need it for the chess minigame, I'll have to come back and do all that later.
Yeah.
Okay, important to note that SeYsEy did not open up the shortcut to Sacred Forest Meadow.
Yeah, this has to be an ice play. Yeah, some chatter. It is not all dungeons, unfortunately. That bloopy on top of the volcano killed all of our hopes and dreams there. We will be guaranteed, like Star is saying, both hook shots before all dungeons is actually completable. Well, we only need one. But the game says both.
Okay, so RyuuKane does grab the eyeball frog.
Yeah, I don't hate this, especially if you're going ice anyway. It's bold. That is I mean, that's a time investment, especially without Epona. And Bolero.
Plenty of frogs in the chat here for the eyeball frog pickup.
Let's go, frogs.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go, frogs. RyuuKane is going to open up the shortcut here.
Yeah, I would not be too surprised to see Ryu actually pick up the song. No other reason to come here, I don't think. He did all of the checks.
And a Mido skip. Playing Sarias for Mido instead of backflipping over. Yes, as pointed out, Ryu cannot save warp at the moment. A very important distinction here when you're on the trade quest. That will reset the item down to the prescription?
Mm-hmm. And frog war. Alright. What we have here? Nuts.
Nuts on the ice flow there.
Heart, I think.
Not a chance of me seeing it, so we'll have to see the eagle-eyed among us. Mel says a heart.
Hate getting up on this thing. I just go to the ones that move if I don't have hovers.
Iceberg, please!
Yeah, you gotta like jump slash like that. It's annoying.
Okay, SeYsEy now entering into the ice cavern.
Wait, what?
That was Epona there at Adult SFM on the Minuet spot.
What? Wait, so Storms is actually just chilling in Crater? Because Minuet is not our path.
That's a big pickup for RyuuKane, though. If he's going to complete the trade quest, Epona will shorten the time a lot.
Interesting.
Again, not saying that he is doing the trade quest, just saying that if he needs to, that will.
Yeah, I mean that
shorten the
makes
deficit.
that makes doing the trade quest more appealing.
It is a pretty big gamble, though, because you're using the lens for one check. That would be treasure chest minigame.
Yeah.
Our runner's not needing the lens, perhaps in logic, but just not in practice.
Well, I mean, we don't know what's on treasure chest game.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only check that we could need it for. And it could be frog warp.
He is frog warping. Because he can do his adult lake checks here and frog warp.
Ooh, some efficient routing here from RyuuKane. If this is indeed a frog warp, you guys are in for a treat if you've not seen this before. So we'll have to do adult lake first before we see the trick.
Yeah, you're not hiking here again unless you find out chest game is needed.
Taking care of that very mean way. And climbing up to the top of the lab. What do we have here? Our first check of Adult Lake. Piece of heart.
Oh, not doing adult fishing?
Perhaps just resetting the beam?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's probably faster. Yeah, as Alfalfa is saying, all dungeons is 100% dead.
This doesn't mean we won't have to go into the Spirit Temple, but
Yeah.
we won't have to for the song.
Yeah, it could still be all dungeons for items, is what we sometimes say.
Our favorite flavor, and there's the mirror shield! Speaking of Spirit Temple, Stone Spirit.
Hey! I mean, Dodongos did not have anything required in it. There were other bows available, but,
Oh, ice keys, please! Okay, avoids that. Did miss up the bomb jump, but you know, ice keys, they're gonna troll.
yeah. Sometimes you are just sent to... Alright, yep. Froggy! Frog warp!
We did pick up the mirror shield, but we will... Oh, frog warp incoming. I'll hold that thought.
Welcome, NVIDIA.
Small chest here.
Yeah, this was hinted dead.
Oh yeah, it was just hinted dead.
And there's Minuet. So Storms is probably our path. Oh, no.
Oh, time's up! Oh!
Oh,
Oh, look at that! We frog warped! Beautiful.
Oh. I think probably the saddest thing about this is he didn't empty the big Poe bottles.
Of course.
Yeah, so that is what Frog Warp is. If you play a warp song while you have one of the, like, later trade items, you get zeroed out and you have to start again.
Alright, great routing there by RyuuKane. Cleaning up Adult Lake, and also being able to warp to Ice Cavern. Gonna find Minuet here, though. Alright, SeYsEy going to unfreeze King Zora.
Hammer? Hammer? Oh, just money.
Just
We
money.
now know it was Minuet and Ice, so SeYsEy's path is gonna be a little, like, cleaner here, but...
Yes, I mean, yes. In the race itself, SeYsEy's path, a bit more timely, but with the unknown, I like to reuse Call there to use the Frog Warp.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed. Find out what song you're looking at. Neither of them has used that big Poe bottle yet. Oh, it is equipped. We'll find out what's on here. Pose has not been hinted.
Alright. What does Big Poe avail us of? Just a shield.
We found 2 of those now.
Ah yes, my previous point. We did find the mirror shield, but without strength 2, we won't be able to progress further into Spirit Temple.
Yep. Yeah, neither of these runners did Child Spirit, which is starting to look like there's a chance that's a good play. We have Song of Time, so we have a little more of GTG available than if we didn't. But
Very interesting call here to not... Well, you don't have storms to go into the well.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a hookless GTG here from SeYsEy.
And when we say hookless GTG, we're talking about collecting the silver rupees in the, I guess, the rolling boulders room.
Yeah, we don't have fire access yet. SeYsEy is going to just run right in here. Possibly forgetting what happens when you don't have a hook shot. If you get caught. Did not get caught, but...
Oh, SeYsEy says, easy, can't catch me.
Yep. Yeah, so start doing what I was gonna start doing, listing things that are options still. Chickens, 20 skulls. All of Child Goron City. Skull Kid.
Oh, you did pick up, sorry, that's a good call.
Yeah, if we find magic. Lens minigame and Child Spirit. And I think that's it.
We only need to free one carpenter here to get the Gerudo membership card, so SeYsEy can dip into GTG now, and we do have a horse and a bow, so we can see what's on the 1,000 point reward for HBA. I do believe the 1,500 is dead. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing SeYsEy. I did a lot of research last night.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that, but I'm
okay,
not
we
sure.
haven't seen it yet. Okay, so 2 checks available on horseback archery.
And yeah, Dompe digging. We forgot. We did see Richard. Wait, we didn't see Richard? Oh no.
Sunsong gonna come in very handy for us then, to manipulate time of day for a couple of child night only checks, that being Richard and Dompe digging.
Yeah, for sure. SeYsEy did not peek Hammer Rocks. Shouldn't need to. Should know that it's big. And path. Oh.
What sort of horseback archer are you? SeYsEy the marksman, clearing it all out in that big middle target. Nice.
1700. No pod strats needed.
Right, purple rupee for the trouble, and... arrow refill. Where is our hammer? Where's our hook shot? Gosh.
I personally would like to see Hammer on chickens.
Ooh, hammer on chickens has been called.
But yeah, I'm... Alright. Ryu, hopefully gonna show us a bunch of these child checks.
Gonna turn in big pose first, and then possibly... we'll see what happens after that.
No, Vidya, every time. Every time.
Just for video, I'll poke my head into that stream named and see if I can just snag one of the multitude of gift subs given out by the minute there.
Yeah, we had absolutely amazing show of support before the race started.
And why not? This is Grand Finals of Season 6 Standard OOT Randomizer. RyuuKane looking to advance this into Game 2 of Grand Finals. SeYsEy looking to close things out here. He is the winner's bracket champion. Alright, there's a key on the right side, and more keys on the right side. Okay. We'll peek the maze here, perhaps. See what we need. We know the central chest is dead. Ooh, I'm gonna save and quit out of here.
Yep.
With no
Alright.
means to get to those hammerlock checks.
Ryu's gonna start showing us some child cleanup here.
Okay, this is important here. Some of our only available checks left. Ryu, you do have the boomerang.
Yeah, but Boomerang sucks.
Well, it does.
I don't think Ryu did Night Skulls earlier. Heck, did he?
No, neither one of our runners have done Night Skulls yet.
Okay. So he'll show us 20 here. Does not have Dompe time, unfortunately. Yeah, SeYsEy could end up getting an out-of-logic hookshot here. Very possible. Would not be the first or the last time that would happen. But you are seeing the hookshot list strat to collect all of these rupees here. It involves setting up a position where you get grabbed and dragged into the last silver rupee here.
With the audio on, you can hear the Silver Rupee collection, a little jingle, and that'll open up the way here for SeYsEy.
Yeah, GTG has to lend a hand to pull off this strat. Twitch chat was good there. Alright,
Gonna climb the tower for the 20th skull. That'll be all the skulls that RyuuKane needs for this seed, as we know that 30, 40, and 50 are not useful items. Ooh, big chest! GTG has... Ugh, another bomb bag.
I mean, that's nice.
A
Both
bomb
of these
refill.
runners have been low. Oh, stick upgrade.
Alright, 10 and 20 skulls, not needed this seed.
Yep. Chickens? Is it chickens? Is Ryu not gonna do chickens?
Ryu is going to do
Ryu's
chickens.
gonna do chickens, yay! Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Where are our
Where's
items?
the item? It's just in Child Goron City, because this is Season 6.
Yes. Child Goron City, our
Like-
favorite location here in Season 6.
It's just Dance Dad, like, oh, I dropped this hammer. Brr.
Or everybody's favorite hot rodder, aka Big Rollin'.
Chickens is 4. Yep.
Just another small key.
Mm.
Alright, well, SeYsEy will give us a good look at the left side of the maze. I think.
Yeah. I think Ryu is gonna go do Child Spirit, probably set Dompe time so he can just Nocturne out. But, see.
So Cuckoos was nothing. We'll see how
Chickens.
much of... So we'll see how far into... we'll see how far into Child Spirit that RyuuKane will delve. You could clear out all the checks here since, again, we are just hunting for that one item.
I don't think there was anything there. Nothing.
GTG
Yeah.
was deader than dead.
Wow. Alright, well, Child Spirit, Goron City, Dompe digging.
I wonder
Richard.
if SeYsEy is just gonna like, did I miss the waterfall check here?
Oof. Yeah, just climb over the rocks. Get better.
Okay, no.
Alright. SeYsEy is gonna go do Adult Lake by the looks of it.
Just gonna take the free ride.
Yeah. Where's our hammer? Just jump. Oh, wait.
Okay, so we do have a key here. I missed the first check. So we do have a key, so we can progress into Child Spirit further.
Yeet. The real hammer was inside us all along.
Thank you. Thank you, Big Yano.
Ooh, okay. I don't know for certain this is what's happening, but I think Ryu might be using some chew strats in here.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. How awesome. Wow, the execution. Big chest.
Missed one.
Missed one. Missed one. But there is a big chest.
That was so fun to watch. I love watching that. Two big chests? No.
Pausies?
Hammer?
Oh, wallet. Okay.
Oh, two big chests.
Oh.
Okay.
Hovers! Okay!
Oh, hey. So it's actually hammer and well then. And storms, you need those hovers to get storms.
RyuuKane taking a lead, I think. This is exactly what he needs.
Yeah, if
Finding those hovers.
Yeah, if Ryu can avoid GTG altogether, that's great for him. Yeah, do these couple magic lock checks just in case, and then bail.
Can RyuuKane do it again? We'll have to keep tuning in.
Oh.
Another big chest and Stone Spirit. What is this?
What? Yes.
Oh.
So Requiem is our path to Bongo because of hovers.
Two wallets.
Why? Why? Give us
We can
wallet
now
refills.
officially say that was a loaded spirit.
Yeah. And I imagine SeYsEy does Child Spirit before anything. Oh, no. No. Doing Nocturne. All right. And a key here. Wait, are you continuing? Continuing?
Gonna get this key.
Oh, dang.
Thank you, an anonymous gifter, for the gift subs. We appreciate all the love and support here on ZSR. We are just under 1 hour and a half into the Grand Finals Game 1. Season 6 action here, concluding perhaps today if SeYsEy wins, but RyuuKane says not so fast. I've found the hover boots in the Spirit Temple. I've avoided Gerudo training grounds. I'm going adult and not the well? Question mark. Oh, we
Does
need
not
Song
have
of
storms
Storms.
yet.
We need Song of Storms. All right.
But we are gonna see Richard, so we'll find out if this was actually something that Ryu is probably going to last location.
Quote unquote Sphere Zero check here.
Do do do. Do do do.
How good of a boy was Richard?
Heart
He
container.
loves us.
I don't think SeYsEy did Bomb Shoot Bowling, actually. Yeah. Oh.
What?
Oh, Castle Fairy.
You know, as pointed out by Starp, I don't think SeYsEy has read the Hyrule Castle Fairy hint, so could be a little bit more time they give here. We'll just see if they check the hint or if they go on to check the fairy.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of exactly what Ryu needed. Whatever time he was behind, you know, it was probably only a minute or two, but that's gone now. That lead SeYsEy had is gone. GTG not paying out with anything as of yet. If anything in, say, Strength Block Room, the silver block room is required.
Yeah, there's
Oh yeah,
always
there's
risk
a big
reward.
chest here.
Ah.
Forgot about this.
Oh, what a call. So this is a logic breaker, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
a trick, not in logic. But great call by RyuuKane to sort of skip the strength 2 or hammer requirement here. Gonna hover off the box and collect this big chest on the left side of Goron Maze.
Yep.
Can he get it? Ooh, first try,
Don't
not
break the
successful.
box. Don't break the box.
Do not break that box.
There we
Oh,
go.
easy on the second try.
Yep. And with Sunsong, it's really easy. You can just flip over, but
Strength 2!
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh dear. What does that
Okay.
mean? Does it mean anything?
that might not
Ooh.
mean anything, but it does mean that I don't know.
That is super interesting for logic.
It means that Spirit may find another way. Yeah, Ryu needs some help here, even though he's got Goron Tunic, he's fine, but
So we see both the risk and reward for skipping logic here. On SeYsEy's side, all the risk and a barren GTG, but perhaps on RyuuKane's side, breaking a little bit of logic there and finding strength 2 on left side of Goron City Maze.
yep. Alright, and we are finally going to see bottom of the well. Which should have our hammer for our hook shot.
Yeah, big moments coming up here for RyuuKane. And I definitely think taking a pretty big lead here right now.
A couple minutes, yeah. SeYsEy showing off these same chew strats. Love it.
And I think... Ooh!
Our first strength was in logic.
SeYsEy gonna pick up the cash money here. Both wallets available on the child side of Spirit here. I suppose not logically available. You do need magic for this. I guess it's the map chest.
Yeah. Magic. We know Spirit is magic locks because of the key. This can be in logic with sticks, but it's not.
Oh, I see. I see.
Or I should say, it doesn't matter if it's in logic with sticks because we had a magic locks key.
It doesn't matter. That's the conclusion. All right, RyuuKane plays the Song of Storms in the windmill, opens up bottom of the well, and we are hunting for a hammer.
Darkwing Doug. Great name, by the way. A good time depends entirely on the settings. I would say for S6, which is what we're watching here, sub 3 is probably the average. Someone with more information than me can probably give you an exact number.
Yeah, I see about the 2.5 to 2 hour 40-minute mark. That's our top runners finishing fairly generous seeds in that time. You know, the most jetty of seeds are going to be about that 1 hour 50 to 2 hour mark.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to ask any questions.
Welcome to OT Rando, Darkwing Doug. I echo Mel's sentiment there. Great name. Yeah, great point. we've seen sub 3 hours on all dungeons and 50 skull seeds. I mean, that is, it just blows my mind the level of just pure prowess displayed by the top of this community. Everyone in the top 64 is a danger to just spiking an awesome seed time. And we've got the number 31 seed RyuuKane and the number 6 seed SeYsEy here in our grand finals. SeYsEy going through the winners bracket, RyuuKane a tough slate of opponents through the back half of the losers bracket. A big chest here in bottom of the well. Another bomb bag. Alright, we know... Ooh, taking a death! F's in chat for RyuuKane. Alright, SeYsEy. Where is SeYsEy going now? To the left side of Goron City Maze, so great call there. We see the strength of peaks, and one of our settings here in Season 6, chest size and chest texture matches contents, meaning that major items will be big and have the gold trim. Small keys will be small with the silver trim, and then big keys will be the boss keys will be the usual standard boss key skin. Oh, for roars win a nice pickup. Still no magic here though. All these big chests baiting us here in bottom of the well.
Love
Right,
that.
we got the dead hand fight. Welcome back, Mel.
Yeah,
SeYsEy
sorry.
is going to use those hovers here, left side Goron City Maze. We've not found the hammer yet in bottom of the well.
I needed more coffee. It's
Wonderful.
necessary.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a sleepy seed. Pretty slow, but things are really picking up now. As another big chest here in the well.
Hammer? Finally? Excuse me?
Oh!
If Hammer is on lab dive, I'm going to scream. Not
Okay.
actually, but I might.
Another big chest coming out of the tunnel. What could
What
this
is happening?
Magic! What? Okay.
I think we need to go back to Spirit.
Maybe we need to go into Shadow Temple.
I mean, we need to do Shadow anyway, but we can't complete Shadow right now, unfortunately, because there is a room where you require a hookshot to go past. But I think Spirit has our hammer.
This bottom of the well has...
It's trash.
It has everything on the path except for the hammer. Another big chest! I
Please
can't
be gold
take it!
scale. Be gold scale. Just be gold scale.
Hook shot! Oh, there it is! Ding, 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 ding! Where the hell is our hammer? Who cares? That's the hook shot.
I mean, we care a lot, but I mean, it's basically gotta be in Forest, right? Oh no, we can complete Spirit!
That was a well of the hero if I've ever seen one. RyuuKane playing Prelude, going back adult.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do Shadow and Forest first. It's progression. And then I think you have to go Spirit. What if it's Vanilla Hammer?
Oh, that would be so dirty!
Vanilla Hammer, anyone?
That is a very rare set of circumstances in this rando, but it is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, Strength 2 is out of logic. I'm just saying I still think that it has something.
Yeah, based on counting, we do know that the basement of bottom of the well is a small key.
Yep.
Alright, into the Forest Temple we go. Grab something comfy. Gonna be here for a little bit. A little siesta here.
Yeah. And I think, as we see kind of some dungeon rushing here, like, I'm sorry everyone, it is going to be Forest and Shadow here since they are both completable. And these are generally considered the more boring ones to play through.
It's just the linearity, I suppose, of these dungeons that gives it the moniker of boring. But this is Season 6. This is the grand finals. This is Game 1 with Ryu's tournament on the line here. He has to win. So we're going to see everything from Ryu pulling out the stops. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that's interesting about these dungeons, though, is they're very execution heavy. Not that execution doesn't matter in the other dungeons, of course it does, but these two in particular, I think we'll start seeing, you know, if SeYsEy has stronger execution, maybe he makes back some time on you. Maybe one of them botches something, gives some time to the other.
All I can say is that both of these French phenoms have put on quite a show here. 100 minutes in, SeYsEy gonna go through and find every damn item except for the hammer, which they are expecting here in Bottom of the Well. As RyuuKane gonna continue progress through Forest Temple.
Oh no. Magic could be path for Lens Game.
Oh. And RyuuKane burned it on a frog warp. Oh my god. We may have to see some 1 in 32.
What? I didn't say anything. I was pointing out something Sandy Cheesecake had said.
GamesBond wisely, sagely already getting their guesses in. Oh, GamesBond is an agent of chaos. I'm here for it though. Oh, with Furores and Magic, we can see a little bit of time save here in Forest from RyuuKane.
Yeah, we might. Bosky. We'll see. Tobias, please.
Tobias, please, and Tobias, thank you. You heard the man. Get your hammer puns in the chat. Alright, there's magic for SeYsEy, and Hookshot will be coming up here shortly. We'll see if they've also counted keys correctly and being able to skip the basement.
Yeah, Longshot or Irons should be in Valley Hammer Rocks, but it could be, you know, something else. We'll see.
Oh, beautiful with the hovers, being able to shoot the eye switch from below. A lovely little setup there. Or a little bit of EU aim, I suppose.
Nice quick spin. Alright, SeYsEy playing Prelude.
Oh, big chest here in Forest Temple. That's Hookshot lot.
Hammer.
Double defense. Some Tiggo biddies here in the Forest Temple.
This game. This game. Oh, Hammer and Wasteland. Spicy.
SeYsEy saying, yep, I've got a hook shot. I've got minuet. I've got a bow and some strength. Let's go clear out the Forest Temple as well. Alright. It wouldn't be standard without a double forest.
Bless.
Our runners got Furore's Wind in Bottom of the Well. RyuuKane should also have that marked on their tracker.
Yes. Yeah, double forest is traditionally when you as chat take a nap and we do some unhinged commentary. But this is the grand. We're not gonna do that today.
That bottom of the well was all my unhinged commentary thus far. That broke me on several OoTR levels.
Yeah, grab some second breakfast, some more coffee. It was good I went when I did.
Bird report sounds interesting, Jax. Okay.
I do not enjoy birds, so. Where's Darunia's other child?
Who has time for napping in Season 6 Grand Finals? I don't believe they said Ferore's win there, so the Twisted Hallway... It is an opportunity to pick up a few seconds there on SeYsEy's side.
Mm-hmm.
As RyuuKane starts to clear out the Poe sisters.
Fortunately, we do not have to do Malon's obstacle course in these settings.
Medley fan, if you want to see Melon's obstacle course, want to see the frustration set in, I suggest Random Settings League.
Always rage quit seats. All my homies do.
Uh, 810 goldfinches, I think, qualifies as a Google of goldfinches there, Estantia.
It was supposed to be 10, I think.
Well, you know.
But with emphasis. 10?
10, 810, whatever it takes here in OoTR. Mrs. Hags, my wife, she has a little camera installed on her bird feeder. She always sends me these different pictures of the birds. My favorite is the grackle. I just like saying the word grackle. Okay, I'll stop the divergence here and focus on this small key. Very interesting here from RyuuKane after defeating Blue Poe.
Tunnel, it is all good. We love our trackers here. They have to push buttons and pay attention, and it's difficult at times to do those things.
You guys really do the heavy lifting. Thank you so much to our trackers.
Yep, Waylon, Star, Fennel, thank you so much.
Oh yes, while we're handing out acknowledgements, I'll take this one. Thank you so much, Melqui, for joining me here in the booth today. And we do have a French restream. If you've sat here and listened to our English for an hour and 50 minutes, I'm like, man, I wish we could hear this in French. Well, Ecola is restreaming this in French. We love our French partners. The French-speaking community is so huge in OoTR. We love them so much.
Yeah, thank you again for being on comms here.
Glad
a lot
to
of
be
fun
here.
so far. I'm so interested in where our hammer is.
Green Poe puzzle block.
That's fair, Fennel. But it's not junk when you're climbing the tower for that light arrow hint.
Yeah, and while doing the block push, we'll see if SeYsEy remembers they have Ferore's win and was able to save a little bit of time here in Forest Temple. Necessary to gain back a little bit. SeYsEy went to Gerudo Training Ground and it was empty. So that is the major time difference we see here in the Forest Temple between SeYsEy and RyuuKane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're seeing, alright, Meg the Poe. Last obstacle here before we have to push a little puzzle around.
Pay attention to Meg's shadow. Runners say it's possible, but I doubt them.
SeYsEy taking advantage of bombs and hovers here in Forest. Whoa! I mean, you are correct, Alfalfa. Ryu did beat What the Hells on Wednesday.
Yes. For those not in the know, Meg the Poe, synonymous with What the Hell happened, a very commonly used avatar by the great racer himself. Opening up the basement here at Forest Temple.
Yeah. I'm curious, Ryu, I believe, is done with skulls. Has done 20. So, oh, not peeking. I guess you gotta push it anyway. Yeah, skulls were all trash today.
We'll have to root for RyuuKane. You'll have to root for RyuuKane to push it to a game 2 if you want to see skulls perhaps next seed. Because this is a possibility of 2-game grand finals. RyuuKane a game down coming from the loser's bracket. SeYsEy the winner's bracket champion.
Yep.
Right, just a small chest there in the basement.
The nice thing is, you'll hear all about this later, I'm sure. But the nice thing is, even if this tournament does end up being wrapped up today, there's always plenty of Ocarina of Time randomizer going on.
I believe the standard settings league has kicked off as well. So yeah, plenty of OoTR action throughout the year here. Just because the season's over doesn't mean OoTR is gone.
Yeah, Ryu's pretty far ahead right now. It just depends on where our last items are, honestly. Because, yeah. Like what Star is saying, it kind of depends on what's on the way between Forest and Shadow. Because if Ryu has to make a decision at any point whether or not to go to GTG, then it's kind of back in SeYsEy's court. Ryu will just have the advantage of going there with a hook shot and with silvers.
Yeah, if there is something behind those silver block push, silver push block there for RyuuKane, that would be a huge advantage as well. Alright, SeYsEy clearing out the blue Poe while RyuuKane collects their only their third medallion thus far. Plenty of adult dungeoning left to go. We cleared out the Chow dungeons awfully early with a Kakiri sword in Mito's house, a boomerang in Upper River, and Ruto's letter out in Hyrule Field with early bomb bags. So our runners, they cleared out DC, they cleared out Deku, they cleared out Jabu, and Inspire here for RyuuKane. What does Shadow hide for us?
You know, I'm not sure.
We're hoping for the hammer, gosh.
But yeah, we will see. New checks from Ryu, so if we sound like we are commentating on one of the runners more than the other, that's why.
Yeah, we'll keep poking our heads back to check on SeYsEy, but until there's divergence, all the new information coming from RyuuKane's side of the screen.
And SeYsEy making good time in Forest, though.
Definitely.
On the green Poe.
I don't believe they use Furor's Wind, though, so not able to gain it.
The value Furor's has depends entirely on when you remember you have it.
We do have all the tools needed to complete Shadow now, so we'll see RyuuKane getting their 4th medallion here at the end of this dungeon. But along the way, perhaps we find the hammer. Ah! That lost it. Stick around to the top of the hour. We'll give you a full recap.
Yeah, this is, like Star said, kind of a slow start. Linear mid-game here, and we'll just see, because Forest did not give us anything. Depending on what Shadow has, like, this could still be very spicy. Like, Ryu peeking that, we do have textures on, so it says, nope, I am not collecting these rupees for junk.
Right. Just a small chest here. RyuuKane, I think they've gained a bit of momentum here. Their execution has really picked up here throughout Forest and Shadow.
Yeah, I think Child Goron City is the only big looming question mark. It's not Sphere Zero, but at least Hot Rodder might as well have been. Yeah, Child Goron City, and oh yeah, Skull Kid. Keep forgetting Skull Kid. And with a scale, it's not that bad to get to Goron City, actually. With our spawn.
Ooh, big chest here in Shadow Temple. Pause, champ! Oh, missed it. Another bow. That's the 3rd bow.
Oh, well that's bomb percent and bow percent. Slingshot percent. Dirt percent. We got wallets, yep, got both wallets.
And not too many bait, big chest left. Couple bottles.
Yeah, we have all of the swords. Oh yeah, we do have all of the spells. We have not got percent yet. Percent's gonna be a fully lit tracker.
Ooh, there's the boss key. We may not get percent though, because we know where Lens of Truth is. And as we round up to the top of the hour here, I want to wish everyone a happy 2 hours. We did give our acknowledgments earlier, but I will shout out our trackers: Fennel, Star, Waylon. My name is Hagmania. I'm joined in the booth by Milkweed. Our runners are SeYsEy and RyuuKane. The story of this seed thus far, 2 hours in, we started off hot with a bomb bag in Kakariko Village. And from there, our runners made a bit of a choice. RyuuKane went up to DC. SeYsEy just did the sort of usual route, went back to Child. SeYsEy then gained a little bit of time because DC only had a bow in it, but it was a stone we learned on the head. So SeYsEy had a bit of a lead there, learned some important path information, and managed up finding both Boomerang and Ruto's letter in Child 1 and finishing off Jabu Jabu. So a bit of a lead there, and it kind of carried that lead until a very slow middle game kind of set in. And then SeYsEy went to GTG after a while. We were hunting a particular path, and we knew it was a song. And SeYsEy actually kind of hoping to skip a little bit of logic, I think. Did hookshotless GTG. GTG was empty. RyuuKane, following all the songs, did eventually find that the only possible song, or only possible location for Song of Storms was on the crater, and went into Child Spirit first and found the hover boots. And from there, they've had the lead because they went and grabbed Song of Storms in the crater. They actually found Strength 2 as well in Goron City, left side of the maze, which SeYsEy did find eventually. But they went into the well, and the well had everything except the hammer. We know that bottom of the well was path to Volvagia, so we're still on the hunt for that hammer. We found magic and like the hook shot and a scale, so all kinds of options for that path. And now the story is, where is our hammer? And what is on Treasure Chest minigame?
Yeah, Treasure Chest minigame is very scary for Ryu.
Big chest! Hammer! There it is! Whew.
Oof. Okay. So, that hammer is really bad for SeYsEy, and really good for Ryu, who can now go do fire. Excuse me?
Another big chest. Gold skin.
Hey! Okay. If it's long shot in hammer rocks, we might be able to dodge irons.
If you're pulling for SeYsEy, you're hoping for iron boots there on the hammer rocks. We know that Gerudo Valley is path to Morpha, and that Valley Crate and Valley Waterfall are not the useful items we're looking for. There is still a slight shot that will need iron boots for the central pillar check, but we'll have to dive into the water temple to find it if we don't have iron boots before then.
Yeah. We won't know until we see water, because there's no way, if it's long shot in Valley, there's no way that you're hunting for your irons before knowing you need them.
Yeah, and we say that because not only did we pick up the hammer there with that invisible chest, but we also found the gold scale, which will allow us entry into the water temple.
Yep.
And we can do a few tricks there to navigate without the iron boots. And we actually saw, I actually commentated a race earlier in the tournament where a racer actually unfortunately lost because they didn't know some of the routing without iron boots.
Yeah, we'll find out where the lights are eventually. I assume we'll get a bet going once we find out our long shot irons situation, but no, OGC is hinted dead, unfortunately.
Alright, RyuuKane approaching Bongo Bongo now. Just one check left, I believe.
That is true. We are 10% away, 1 in 10 chance away from an irons hunt. At which point I would say these runners are almost exactly even. Because the first place Ryu is gonna go is GTG. Yeah, lens game can be anything that we have left.
And we say that lens because RyuuKane did use the frog warp to get to Ice Cavern.
Yeah, so technically it is logical access to Water Temple, but no checks are in logic with just Gold Scale. Always love when chat types the same thing like 4 times.
Bunch of smart cookies in chat. And if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by the information, you're new to this, just stick around, watch a few more seeds, it'll come to you in time. We do our best here on commentary to explain some of the finer details, but as always, some minutiae are lost here and there, so it's just a game of experience and a lot of practice, and you're seeing the culmination of such here in the grand finals of Season 6. RyuuKane, our number 31 seed, and SeYsEy, our number 6, traversing through a long tournament. RyuuKane suffering the one loss at the hands of SeYsEy. A bottle of milk there on Bongo.
Ryu thought about it.
He did think about it.
Yeah, chat asking about Scarecrow, and pointing out that if you go and find Longshot and Hammer Rocks, you can save clearing out fire. So I'm not sure. I am guessing Ryu does fire first rather than Hammer Rocks, just based on the fact that he has not played Requiem to reverse to begin with.
Alfalfa pointing out.
Oh
Ace
yeah,
smoking
Serenade.
hot here. Ooh,
Nice.
okay, yep. Yeah, having the Forest, Fire, and Water medallions from Deku, Shadow, and Forest gives us Serenade. Nice, nice.
But it also lets you bypass the need for the Scarecrow to begin with.
He might confirm the Scarecrow. Or he might just be calling the horse and going to the Hammer Rocks here.
Yeah, I think he's going to Hammer Rocks.
We'll see.
I kind of think that he set up Scarecrow after doing adult fishing, so I don't think it's
maybe
an issue
so.
at all.
Gonna check Lab Dive first. Good call here. Oh, he already confirmed before the Frog Warp. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kodov.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to hike a bit to fire regardless, so like finding out if you're functionally in almost go mode is nice.
Oh, howdy! That's light arrows on Lab Dive.
Right. Well, sorry everyone. Sorry.
If Roar's win in GTG would be really nice for RyuuKane.
Just collect the items. Yeah, if this is Longshot, Ryu's probably going to go through water first before fire. Yep, there's a 9 in 10 chance that Ryu is in go mode after his next check here.
And by go mode, we mean he'll have all the necessary items to just go, clear those dungeons,
Yep.
and fight Ganon in the castle.
And that's like kind of a terrible spot for light arrows because I don't know if SeYsEy makes the call to do that at all. You know?
And we'll have to see. It will be on his way if he plays Serenade, if he goes out to CAC and grabs it.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Alright.
really heads up routing there by RyuuKane. Alright, moment of truth. What
Longshot?
is at Valley Hammer Rocks?
Let's find out. Oh look, a big chest. And it's Longshot. Alright. Now we find out. Yeah, makes total sense to do water first in this case. 9 in 10. It's not
Some
quite go
GGs
mode.
in chat. It's not quite, but it's looking awfully good for RyuuKane to push this into a game 2 of the grand finals.
Yep. It is not GG's, not go mode yet until we see boss key. But we will have our answer in the next few minutes here. Ryu has too big of a lead, I would say, if irons are not required for SeYsEy to come back, and Ryu would reset the bracket, force game 2.
Ryu showing gold skill entry. Now, the checks here require the iron boots, but we can, as we mentioned before, we can navigate throughout the water temple with just those, with just the gold skill and our long shot. Gonna set Furor's win. All we're looking for here is the boss key.
Yeah, this isn't beatable only, and even if it were, water's required. So we will not be finding irons in Water Temple today. Furor's Wind in water is the best place for Furor's Wind.
Alright, check out this long shot here.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
What are we betting for? Oh, best places for iron boots to not be.
Alright, that is medallion number 4 for SeYsEy. A few minutes behind RyuuKane here.
Nice. Hate that room.
Spiky boys being a nuisance.
No, there.
SeYsEy heads up, gonna grab Serenade. While Ryu manipulates the water level here in the water temple.
I think fire is going to be benevolent, and the boss key will be right next to Volvadia.
And the comment was made earlier that we were an hour and a half in and we had not completed any adult dungeons. Well, we did the 2 longest ones after that. And depending on where this boss key is, we'll have another one completed here soon.
Yeah, I am very curious where the irons did end up, though.
Oh, big chest.
The irons are not here. Can confirm.
Yeah, RyuuKane knows it's not worth it. It's not the boss of it. Probably a bottle.
SeYsEy riding right past Lab Dive for now.
We'll see if they pick it up. On their way to water, before water, we'll see.
Small.
Just a smoky.
I think we saw all bomb bags funnel. But yeah, it could be strength, bottle, fire arrows.
Gonna grab this small key gear. We do need a couple for the water temple. Alright, SeYsEy has grabbed his long shot. He knows what that implies. Gonna play Serenade. And then we'll see if he does the lab dive.
I'm sorry, I missed a question in chat. There are no dumb questions. TCG is treasure chest game.
Head into the water temple. Alright. Leaving lab dive for now, of course. But it was a very heads up call for RyuuKane.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Very
a nice
nice.
little jump there.
Yep.
Save
Oh, I
scan is
mean-
key.
Of course. I answer questions for a living. Yes, there are questions that are not great.
RyuuKane gonna take another stab at the water here.
I think so. I think you're right, Tophile. I think not necessarily Twin Rova, but Spirit. And so SeYsEy not having lights will open that big chest. We will find out what it is. And if it is Strength 2... Wait, we have Hammer now. Strength and Logic.
We're in what we refer to as the Dark Link loop. Alright, long shots that like. Nice little bit of execution there. Into the Dark Link fight goes RyuuKane. An optimistic Ferore's Wind equip. Alright, we'll have to check out the river. Iron Boots
Scary.
intensifying.
2 chances left. This would be so common. Like, oh, so you thought it was all linear from here? Huh.
We can get a peek. Oh, it's the Bosky!
Bosky! The relief on Ryu's face. Hey, it's Golds.
Oh, yeah, RyuuKane skipping over on golds. Knew it wasn't required.
Yep. And that will most certainly be GG's. We do have a Morpha fight and all of Fire Temple, whatever that might mean.
Let us go for RyuuKane. SeYsEy following on his heels. But a few minutes here. Alright. Let's see what this Morpha kill is like. Can he get the crit kill? Grabs him into the door. Positions him around. Pulls out that big sword.
Oh my god.
And easily stabs 1, 2, 3. Nice Morpha quick kill there by RyuuKane. The victory is in his sights.
I cannot emphasize enough how lewd that sounded.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
SeYsEy is not going to be doing overworld checks, because light arrows can be in Ganons. And yeah, I think Ryu is probably playing, like, feeling pretty good about his play, especially being able to gold scale water. We know irons are not in water because logically you need them to do a single check in the dungeon. This is all locations reachable, meaning you need the irons, even if it were beatable only, again, which we have been seeing on weeklies for a bit here. Water is required, so irons would have been available. And yes, Ryu does have his face cam on today, and the relief on his face when he saw Bosky. And yeah, so the time difference that we are seeing came entirely from Ryu going Child and SeYsEy going G2G. SeYsEy's actually made back some time, I believe. About a half minute in Shadow. Possibly even a little more in Water here, but
That's a blistering pace then by SeYsEy, because RyuuKane had an ultra good shadow. So that would be an Omega ultra good shadow for SeYsEy.
Yeah, all of the ZL water level things are like set. They don't do both. Oh, maybe it changes. Maybe I'm drunk. Oh, hovers in this room in water, so good.
Alright, into the Fire Temple. We have 5 medallions looking for our 6th. That will open up the Rainbow Bridge into Ganon's castle and allow us to go beat Ganon. RyuuKane, though, importantly, already with light arrows to beat the Ganondorf fight. Our first check was just a small key. Not very surprising.
Yeah. Redo Game 2 is confirmed at this point. Barring some kind of disaster on RyuuKane's end. Where does Dark Link go when he dies?
I don't know where. Yeah, it isn't over until the big pig croaks, but looking awfully good here for RyuuKane. Gonna force that game 2 of the grand finals. Gonna be held tomorrow. So back-to-back days of racing action. I believe May Day is a national holiday in France, so they are knocking out this grand finals to the delight of everyone here, back-to-back.
But yeah, I mean, it does not matter either way. Ryu has lights. And that's gonna be the decider anyway, but... Oh. And of course, Fire, which might have our iron boots, but nothing else of interest, is gonna make us continue.
Deeper and deeper we go into the Fire Temple, hunting that boss key.
Yep. Yeah, 3 keys already, meaning we can climb.
Here we go to the big lava room.
But we don't want to climb. We want boss key in one of these 2 checks.
Alright, boss key not there.
Oh, thank you, Sin City.
That'd be nearly a 5-minute advantage then for RyuuKane. Okay, we're climbing. Delving deeper and deeper.
Yeah, 5 minutes plus lights.
Of course.
Which, I mean, SeYsEy might, like, just be getting the hint then.
Yeah, SeYsEy playing for the hint. Ganondorf will tell you the location of the light arrows very foolishly in a monologue. Can't help himself.
And yeah, light arrows were on Lab Dive, which Ryu did on his way to pick up Long Shot. So, if we encounter...
Oh, is that the
alright,
boss key?
we know where boss key is.
Alright.
That's not a pleasant place for it to be, but it's not the worst. But that still means if it's down to about... Well, no. Lights is probably longer. Yeah, it's not like deep fire. And if this other one is a key, you're just going around. You're not bothering with the eye switch, for example. Alright, of course we're bow locked. Because this game is rude like that. Like, hey, you will use every item. The go means that RyuuKane has everything that he needs to complete the game. So in this case, he not only has everything he needs to beat all of his 6 medallion dungeons, but he also has the bow, magic, and lights required to beat Ganondorf and Ganon.
It is important to note that they do not have the iron boots, which are required, but they were able to traverse through the water temple without them, using some tricks with the gold scale and the long shot.
Yep.
So once they found that boss key, we were able to identify it as go mode.
Yeah, and we might actually see, those could have been irons. Ryu skipped a big chest there. SeYsEy will be opening that again because he doesn't have light arrows yet. Alright, Ryu is at the boss key. Has Furore set in the boss room.
Boss key was at the shortcut here.
Yep.
And we will see, and we'll see some Volvagia boss strats here. We'll see if this is a choose equip. Oh, yep.
But imagine it's the
strats.
last model top file. Alright. Yeah, choose strats, best strats.
We'll see if RyuuKane can keep his execution on such an excellent level that we've seen for the past 3 dungeons. He's been just blazing through these dungeons.
Yep. I think he's feeling pretty good about how he's been playing, the choices he's been making. So when you see Volvagia fly into this hole, we are attacking that Volvagia with these shoes that Ryu is setting off. So when you're doing chew strats, you actually can just unload all of them. You don't need to hit Volv in between. The timing still works out. Oh, and Troll.
Oh, got Troll hold.
I think it's still gonna be fine.
Oh,
Nice.
kills him. Very nicely done there by RyuuKane.
Easy.
Making it look simple, but it is not.
Yep, it is not.
Not only do you have to be able to consistently detonate those chews, but you have to do it on just slightly off-center there in the hole. So RyuuKane with perfect positioning and execution. Gonna step into the blue warp here and collect his 6th and final medallion. It's time for Ganon's castle. RyuuKane on the verge of sending this series to Game 2, the last game of Season 6 on the horizon in the Grand Finals here.
Yep. And SeYsEy did see the boss key there. Game 2 is scheduled for tomorrow, the exact same time it was today.
So we will be crowning a champion in the next 25 hours or so.
Oh, there is no Ganon's boss key in these settings. Womp womp. Yeah, May Day is a holiday, at least in France, both of these runners being French, taking advantage of that.
Alright, that's a rainbow bridge. We're heading into Ganon's castle. A few challenging fights on the climb here. Nothing to sneeze at. There are the iron boots.
Yay!
So that was the key to the puzzle here. If you would be expected to go to Fire Temple before you completed the Water Temple, but our runners routing in best Water Temple first.
But at least the irons were just on the way.
Yes, the seed was not too
Yep.
facetious today.
Yep. Which, again, unfortunate for SeYsEy, who tried to go out of logic into GTG, and really it just did not pay out with anything, and that was enough for Ryu to pull ahead with this lead that you're seeing here, and he maintained it.
Yeah, I would say that's the story. Staying in logic today seemed to be the key. The other, I mean, it's obviously risk reward, and going slightly out of logic is different than completing a dungeon or completing 3/4 of a dungeon out of logic. So it seems to be the big story here. SeYsEy doing hookshotless GTG. All right, we are just one fight away from confronting Ganondorf. Oof, making it look easy there, RyuuKane. Getting the double.
Exactly. Go out of logic at the right time, which is a skill you constantly see from these top runners. Know enough about the game and the logic to break it. Respectfully.
SeYsEy heading into the Babagia fight as RyuuKane enters into the Ganondorf fight. Here you'll see the hint that Ganondorf gives in these settings, telling that Lake Hylia holds the light arrows, but RyuuKane says, "Thanks! Already got them from Lab
I
Dive."
found them already.
You fool! You old man, take your medicine. Alright, we'll see it. We'll see if this is a one cycle here from RyuuKane.
Yeah, big Goron sword. I think he's got this, but we'll see. Setting up his equipped empty bottle, light arrows, and hammer. 5 kilo. Step to the back. And stun.
Let's count to 10.
5.
Oh, 5. sorry. 5. My bad. I think it's 10 if you have the Goron.
Master Sword is 10, yeah.
Oh, Master.
Big Goron is 5.
Big Goron is 5. I haven't memorized.
Yeah, one of the weird things, Big Goron Sword does extra damage to Ganondorf, but not Ganon. So when you see that, when you see that switch to Master Sword, this is why. So you can set a different damage store to fight Ganon.
It's time. It's time. It's Ganon time. We are in the Ganon fight. RyuuKane punching his ticket to Game 2 of the Grand Finals. What a story. Gonna be losing to SeYsEy, winner bracket semifinals, dropping down into the loser's bracket, having to beat not only Gogeta, not only Sponge, but also what the hell's happened to make it as your loser brackets champion, and now just a few swipes of his sword away to resetting this Grand Final series.
Yeah, and I think it's really fun that, like, tomorrow is actually a tiebreaker between these two. You know?
The rubber match, yes.
SeYsEy took one, RyuuKane is taking one, so it's really gonna be third game, winner take all.
And in several post-race interviews that we've heard from SeYsEy and RyuuKane calling for that All France finals, they wanted this matchup, and well, SeYsEy, you got it, because here comes RyuuKane into Phase 2 of Ganon.
Yep. Meanwhile, SeYsEy is going to be climbing up the tower. We'll see if he opts to finish the seed.
Alright, Ganon down with the assist from Princess Zelda. It'll be GG. Get your GGs in the chat for RyuuKane, winning Game 1 of Grand Final. Alright, Mel, you take it from here.
We'll get an official time here in chat very shortly, but RyuuKane is going to be finishing in first place here. 2:37.16 GG's. Ryu instantly out of his chair.
Oh, he's excited.
Hello, Ryu. SeYsEy. Welcome in, GG's.
We got our
Yo, GG. GG, are you?
Yeah, so obviously you just finished on Restream. All of this is on a 20-minute delay for anyone who's unfamiliar in chat. Any thoughts you want to share about this seed to start us off here?
I guess that was just a casino for the hobbits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hover boots being there in the Spirit Temple. That seemed to be the key. You going to Child Spirit and finding the hover boots, while SeYsEy was poking around GTG first, and that was basically the difference here as we see SeYsEy finishing up in Ganon's castle. Ryu, SeYsEy, what a hype! First game 1 of the grand finals. You guys were gunning for each other. You guys were saying, I want SeYsEy, I want RyuuKane, I want an all fans final. Well, did game 1 live up to your expectations there?
I mean, I would have liked a more interesting seed, but that was pretty fine, I guess. It was a kind of casino, but it was not a late game casino.
That's
At
right,
least
yeah.
for me, I don't know for SeYsEy, but at least for me, it was not that much of a casino at the end.
Yeah, that was pretty much the same because the other boots locked everything in the seed, including the hook shot. So yeah, the seed is basically just find the other boots where is anywhere in the game. So yeah, and I nearly last location the other boots, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think I had like 6 or 7 checks left when I got the hovers.
Yeah, I had guaranteed child and chickens basically.
I had done chickens, but I had not done Dumpy Child, Quantity Child, and Skull Kid, I think.
You did GTG?
I did not do GTG.
Yeah.
I just rushed the Hammer Rocks at the end.
Yeah, but it could have been hovers in GTG with opponent. So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. I forgot. I haven't done GTG at that point.
I did everything in GTG. I did hookshot-less GTG too. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay. I think that's the difference here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was debating over either Child Spirit because Requiem was still path, and I could just have been for the Lullaby, but yeah. And GTG. I didn't want to do GTG at in this seed.
Yeah, because overboots in Child Spirit is nothing. It's not due to the path since the Lullaby already completed the path. So that's basically full random at that point.
RyuuKane, we saw you. We could see your face, obviously on your cam there. And we could see the relief, and when you found out that Water Temple was not locked by the iron boots there. How worried were you as the checks kept dwindling down, and you hadn't found that boss key there?
Honestly, it wouldn't have mattered too much for me if the BK was on Central Pier, because I was thinking of several scenarios for the seed, and well, I know that SeYsEy is a pretty strong runner. He's got the better execution than me. So I was thinking, okay, if Iron Boot is required, then I can just gamble my ass off in the seed. Otherwise, it's just a battle for rushing the Hover Boots. And I had no guarantee that I was the first to get that thing.
Yeah, well, it did work out for you, Ryu. Got a little revenge on SeYsEy here for knocking you down to lower bracket. What are you two hoping for a seed tomorrow?
An 80.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't mind an 80 as well.
Yeah,
Gauntlet.
because you don't have gamble with Stone Dungeons, you have to do it anyway, so, so that's usually better.
I guess gamble seeds are better for me. But at least something that's more interesting path-wise.
Yeah, we were starting to worry, honestly, that everything was just pointing to the hookshot in Valley. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But yeah, chat, did you have any questions? I do not at this point. So.
We do want to hand over our runners to be available for post-race interview on the French restream. I'm just going to ask one more question here. SeYsEy, this is your first loss of the Season 6 tournament. What are you going to do to kind of reset that mental and be ready for tomorrow?
Well, don't worry, I'll be ready for tomorrow. Actually, I'm pretty happy with what I've done. I think I played really well. I was a bit scared because I was a bit stressed before the race, but at the end I played really well, I think. So yeah, I think that I was just unlucky on that seed. So yeah, I'm still pretty confident for tomorrow.
Awesome. And RyuuKane, you we've talked about it over and over again. Your collection of skulls grows again with knocking down SeYsEy, the winner brackets champion. What's your preparation like for tomorrow? You just gonna enjoy, or what are you gonna do to get ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, it's basically try to have fun during the seed. The only pressure I feel is like 30 minutes before the race actually starts. So at that point, I'm just gonna think, okay, I've done a lot already in SC, so let's just have fun and we'll see what happens. Because then again, I'm against SeYsEy, and we've played together in 1v1s a lot before, and it's always 50-50. I think it's on record is 3-3. Yeah. In official matches. It's crazy.
If you watch the intro, I apologize for my French. I called you Le Vainqueur Surprise. So anyway, and well, I La Magnifique for SeYsEy. So appreciate you guys. Mel, anything else? I think we can send them over to the French restream. Thanks for joining us for the post-race interview.
We did have one person ask Ryu why you opted to do lap dive when you were on your way to Hammer Rocks.
Because it's on the way,
Yeah.
and I knew that my long shot was behind Storm, and lap dive was behind Storms. That's it.
Nice. Awesome.
And I think I was debating either doing that or reversing. And the goal was just to go to Hammer Rock and do one check on the way. And I think that doing the reverse and Wasteland is a bit slower than doing the lap dive for me.
Sure, fair. And yeah,
Okay,
SeYsEy,
no-
we are...
Oh, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say no better time to kick it over to the French restream than as we see SeYsEy finishing out this seed with a final time here at 2:45, 35, I'll call it. All right, GG there to SeYsEy. All right, thanks you guys for joining us. You guys can head on over to the French restream and your interview over there. GG's. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you for the stream.
Thank you for the stream.
Bye.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for putting on an amazing show, SeYsEy and Ryu. And I think that shall be it for Zelda Speedruns today. Wow, what a race. I am in awe. I think what we need to do is thank everyone who made this restream possible. Obviously, shoutouts to our runners, SeYsEy and RyuuKane, for putting on a heck of a show. I, for one, am very much looking forward to the final deciding match tomorrow at, looks at schedule, that is 2 p.m. UTC or 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday, May the 1st. And we will be crowning a champion of this tournament in less than 24 hours. Or in just about 24 hours, rather. In the meantime, though, I would like to say thank you again to our runners. Thank you to everyone who made this restream possible. Our commentators, Hackmania and Melqui. Our trackers, Waylon, Star, and Fenril. Our wonderful co-op partners in the French community. Icola broadcasting this race with French commentary today. And Icola and Aosuna, I should say. And obviously to you, thank you all for watching. Today,
and our Gossip crew.
And the Gossip Stone podcast crew, absolutely, yeah. Can't forget those folks. I am already looking forward to their recap episode for Season 6. Was great to have them on the stream today. Chuckles and Emo Soda. And in the meantime, though, what's left on Zelda Speedruns for today? Well, we have the the Wind Waker Randomizer bi-weekly fun race going on right now over on ZSR2, and I'm going to rate you over there in a little bit. And also later today we have, or tomorrow actually, after the grand finals, we also have a bunch of Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup races on the schedule for the rest of the week, in fact. So that'll be tomorrow, 10 minutes past 10 p.m. UTC, 10 minutes past 6 p.m. Eastern. That's kicking off. But first, join us tomorrow on Zelda Speedruns, 20 minutes past 2 UTC, or 20 minutes past 10 a.m. Eastern, for the final match of this series. Looking forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Bye!